เขาไม่ลบสตรีมนะถ้าเกิดก็จะอยู่ถาวรตลอดไป Hello อ๋ออันนี้กูก็ได้แต่แจ้งเตือนเกี่ยวกับโหมดเครื่องปริ้น3 มิติ Hello let me notify everybody start talking okay here we are hello hello my fellow mammals what's up my mammals yeah how's everybody doing uh yay Simon yes it's me we're drawing we're actually hello from Twitch welcome people watching on Twitch as well um we are going to be continuing from last time pretty much and I did a little bit since the last stream as you might be able to tell if you were in the last stream it looks a little different I left off the last stream sort of not really feeling right about the shoulder plates and then just going off on a rant about the finals and my annoyance about long game UI screens, I guess. But since then, I've tinkered around with it a little bit, and I figured out that the main issue that I had with the shoulder plates was sort of that they were sort of just like floating on the shoulder, like they didn't uh layer under anything. They were sort of just here. Hold on, I can draw it. I don't know why I'm just gesturing. Uh, they were here. So the shoulder pads were here, and then the armor was here, and I didn't like that, and I couldn't figure out why. But then after stream, I sort of tinkered with it more, and it completely made sense why I didn't like it. It's because the armor was sort of just floating there. Now I just basically just extended it and layered it underneath this plate, and I like it so much more because now it looks like it's actually connected, you know. But yeah, it just looks a lot better because of that. And I also fiddled around with the skirt, as you might be able to tell. Last stream, I left it very vague on what the hell it actually looks like, and so I took some time to clean it up and try to make it as best as possible. Uh, it was really fucking hard. It was very hard because the I've always had trouble. Like I love armor, but armor is hard to draw. For me, mostly it's because how sort of flowy the shape of armor is. You sort of imagine it being stiff, but no. Like the armor that has like leg plates coming down like this part's always messing me up because it's a cylinder that goes around your waist, but then there's like half cylinders coming off of it, but they're sort of like flatter at the top and then roll inwards, downwards towards the legs to hug them better. So it's like this is big cylinder, right? Where your body comes out of. Like this is your chest, right? And then the two plates that are on the legs come out like this, right? But then they sort of like they start off flat, but then they like curve more. So it's sort of like like a Pringles chip, you know? Like this, like flat, and then it like slowly curves more and more and then it like is hugging the leg now, so it covers more area. And sometimes it's even broadens out, so this like sheet doesn't stay the same width. Like it gets wider at the bottom, and with this one is really tedious because I basically the plate covers like 3/3 of the leg, because if his leg is like this, right, and his foot's facing forward like that, little toesies, and this is his leg. The plate basically goes like this, right? It's like a triangle boat hull. Uh, and so it had to go from this, which is the torso, to a triangle shape. So how the fuck does the plate, like transition into a wide like triangle from a smooth square? So it was just really tedious. And then also like counting the plates, because it's easy. It's even harder when they're striking a pose, because then obviously these two sides aren't the same length. This one's getting like crushed up, and this one's stretched. So I needed to count the plates of how many plates there are per segment. It's not really that correct yet, I feel, because like here, you can see visibly 4 studs of these plates, right? You get 1, 2, 3, 4, not counting the ornamental end pieces. But then on this side, you only see 1, 2, 3, and I'm sort of thinking it does make sense because he's his leg is down, which means like maybe more of the plates are crunched up here and like hidden behind this fold of the decorative piece, but it's still like I'm not sure if it's right, but it's close enough. I talked to Sedeka about it, who I'm hoping to work with on making the 3D model. He's really good at making 3D models, by the way. Incredible. He's one of the people I've worked with on like Rust and Trenches for a long time, and he uh both Shabby and Sedeka have great ideas, but Shabby also has like really good 3D skills. So I talked to him about it, and I was like, "Is this possible? Like, can you make sense of this?" And he's like, "Yeah, I could try. Like, he'll figure something out. I'm sure he'll figure something out." But yeah, how's it going? It's going really well, actually. I've been feeling uh perfect. Like if you weren't here for the last stream, I'll tell you about it a little more, just to give you context. But basically, I've been fucked by I've been fucked. Oh, hold on. Let me start the rant over again. I don't think that's a good sentence to start it with. Uh I've been struggling with ADHD for like my whole fucking life, right? And that's why my schedule's always a mess. Why I can't get anything done in a reasonable amount of time. I can only do a few things or a few things. No, I can literally do only one thing at a time and manage one thing at a time. And if there's even 2 things, um, I get completely overwhelmed. And like I've been dealing with that shit for my whole life, but I've never like gotten diagnosed with it or anything. Why? I don't know. Like that's just I nobody ever brought it up to me that that was an option, you know? I sort of just thought, okay, this is how people are. This is how I am. I just have to deal with it. And ever since I've just thought, oh, I've just been too lazy. Like everything's been laid out for me perfectly. You know, I have all the opportunities, but I'm just fucking them up because I'm lazy, or I just can't get myself to do anything. But recently, like literally 4 days ago, or maybe 3 days ago, I don't remember. I finally caved, and I was like, okay, there's definitely something wrong with me. Like too many people have said you probably have something like ADHD or something, and because I've been like wrestling with it the whole, my whole life, I've there's been suspicions of what the fuck's been going on. There's some telltale signs. So I was like, fine, I'm gonna go to a psychiatrist, and I did, and they were like, oh yeah, you have ADHD. Like, fuck yeah, you have it. They didn't say fuck yeah, but in a professional way, they probably said fuck yeah, you have ADHD. And they gave me medicine, and I had my doubts about like the medication for ADHD, but I've been taking it for the past 3 days. It's only been 3 days, but holy fuck. It's like a miracle drug. I have no idea. Like, it's, I don't know. I feel amazing, but it's not because it's making me feel like uncontrollably happy. I feel amazing in the sense that I just feel normal. Like I feel functional, which is compared to what I used to be, amazing. Like it was the first time I fucking took one, I was baffled by how different I felt to before I took it. You know, I had my doubts. Like, maybe a drugs fix. Indeed, I love drugs. I love meth. The drug that I got is called a methylphenidate, so I'm gonna call it meth for short. So I've been taking meth, and it's changed my life. I love meth. Fucking amazing. But yeah, like literally, I feel the best that I've felt. Like there no questions asked. I feel the best I have felt ever. Full stop. Cuz I just feel functional, you know? And even when the drug wears off cuz it's like 4 hours, I still feel amazing because I finished the shit that I wanted to. I've been stressed forever because I don't get shit done. And that's why I'm stressed and like anxious and shit. And because I'm getting shit done, that's gone as well. Like, why the fuck would I still be stressed? Because I already fixed the things that I've had issues with since forever. You know? So it's great. Everything's great. Yeah, I couldn't be more happy about how things are going, genuinely. You know, and I'm glad that it actually worked because I've you know I've done research before going to the psychiatrist, and it's like I hear about cases where, you know, they can have like bad side effects. Some people might not respond well to them, or it might make it worse for some people, or whatever. But for me, I guess I got lucky, and they literally fixed all the fucking issues I had. So, all the problems I had before with like just living my life, gone. So, why the fuck wouldn't I be feeling perfect? I feel just, it couldn't be better. I don't want to. It's like I'm bragging about having a functional life, but I am. It's like holy shit, I can actually do things. Like I feel like I'm cheating, if that makes sense. I feel like I'm cheating at life because before I had like 2 hours, maybe like 4 hours if I got lucky per day of like functional like action, like being able to do things before I just got dead tired or needed a break or got distracted by something else. Right? Like at most like 4 hours where I got productive and drew or edited a video or wrote a script. And now it's like I have 8 hours easily, by the way, like consistently I can just do things for 8 hours and clean up the house and shit. Hmm? My brother is struggling right now. He had ADHD and can't get himself subscriptions because he moved places and his new doctor won't give him a subscription. He's basically on withdrawals. Oh shit. I didn't know if there were like withdrawals up on the meds and stuff. I hope they're not too severe. I mean, I feel like yeah, there'd probably be some effects if I didn't get to take it anymore. Uh yeah, I'll be careful about it. I don't think I'll have to worry about moving anytime soon because, well, I'm gonna live here for the rest of my life. Like, I have zero plans of moving. I've never felt like moving. I don't want to move, so I'll probably be fine with getting the drugs consistently. What meth are you on? No, it's literally called methylphenidate. Methylphenidate. Being able to clearly think is amazing. I feel what you're saying. Yeah, like it's it's so like I I I want to be pissed of at how easy it is compared to how it was before, and I want to be pissed at why it took me so long to get this checked out. But it working makes me so happy that I can't be bothered to be pissed that I have that it took so long for me to actually get my shit together and you know get it tested or whatever. Um, but it I feel like I should be pissed at how good it's working and how functional I am. I tried Adderall, currently on Vivern, not sure if it's working. Not sure if it's working, question mark. I mean, I don't know. Like I'm not a fucking I'm not a spokesperson of ADHD medicine. I've literally just taken it for 3 days. This is like the third day. And I have never tried any other one. This is just the one they gave me, but it was a hole in one, I guess. They gave me the perfect one, which literally cured all my issues that I was having. So they put me on that, worked wonders for my ADHD. Yeah, that sounds great. Uh, Methylphenidate isn't addictive, or methylphenidate isn't addictive in my experience, or having any major side effects except maybe anxiety and paranoia. No, I literally have nothing. Like I read the side effects and I was like, these might be a little unpleasant, but I'd willingly sacrifice any fucking side effects. I could shit myself every day because of the drugs, just for the sake of being functional and actually getting like the motivation to work on things. I'd be fine with anything. Nausea, shitting myself, fucking headaches. I don't give a shit. But for some reason, I did just get the hole in one where it's like I get all the benefits and I have felt none of the side effects. Maybe it's because it's just day 3 and there might be like a sort of dice roll in it where there's a chance of getting the side effects, and I just have been rolling lucky. Or maybe it's just because I've been taking them properly. Like maybe if I accidentally like don't eat enough and then take the drugs, then it'll fuck me up a little bit. But seriously, like no headaches, no like nausea or anything. Though I do notice like the higher blood pressure. They said it was gonna give me higher blood pressure, and I do notice that. But it's not like a oh, I'm gonna die noticeable higher blood pressure like I'm running a marathon. No, it's just like I just feel it coursing a little, like the tiniest bit different from my normal. So definitely not dangerous, and I don't think it would be dangerous in long term either. Modern medicine is amazing. I love drugs. I got some stomach issues when I first started on it. Yeah, I guess. Oh yeah, I do feel. I mean, it's hard to call them side effects. These ones, I guess, like the lack of sleepiness. Like I do feel more awake when I take them, and also like feeling less hungry. But the thing is, like my hunger is ravenous. Um, on a daily basis anyway. So like the drug doesn't like stop me from being hungry. I can still eat perfectly fine on the drug. It sort of just lowers my hunger to a normal human level, I guess, where it's like, oh, now I crave food in an in a normal way instead of wanting to dive into it. The struggles don't come when you take them. The struggles come when you are getting off of them. Yeah, I mean, somebody said they weren't addictive, but I guess they don't have to be addictive for there to be struggles when you go off of them. Because, like, if the ADHD is, like, crippling and you go off of or you get off of the thing that is helping you with that thing and the problems come back, then that is also shit. And I would, like, if I was now, like, not allowed to use it, I'd probably kind of feel like shit. Because it's like, well, damn, that was the thing that was fixing all of it, and now I don't have it. So I'd feel even worse now because it's not like I I I have a problem and I'm trying to manage it. It's even like I have a problem. I know the cure, but I just can't get my hands on it, which I guess is even worse. It's like I know there's something wrong. I know how I can fix it. I just can't because it's not with me. Fucking give me back my drugs. Give me my meth. Yeah. Less hunger was crazy. I'd say, yeah, for me it's manageable. I definitely still eat normally, but I don't like have to. But I can definitely eat. I'm not worried about like God, I'm gonna starve. Nah, I'm not gonna fucking starve. Not in a long time. I definitely have excess amount of food stored up for a fucking cold winter. I don't think I need to worry. I'm gonna starve anytime soon. Yeah, good balance of meal is definitely fun. I eat like one meal a day, sometimes two, once or twice a day, and it's not consistent like, oh, I eat breakfast or lunch. No, it's like randomly throughout the day I'll eat one meal. Uh, it's probably unhealthy, but like I've been living like this forever, so I'm completely fine. That's normal. I don't stick by the like lunch, breakfast, dinner thing, whatever. I feel like it's too much food for me. Like I digest quite slowly, so that's why it's like reduced to just one or two meals. Because I just don't feel. Yeah, I guess I just eat a lot in one session, maybe. Anybody else think about that grandma from Red Dead? What Red Dead a Requiem of for a Dream? I don't know what that is. Eating three meals to eating once. Felt full after that. Yeah, but I have that normally. Like I had that before the drugs, so the drugs didn't like change my eating habits at all, actually, because I still ate just as much for the first meal before taking it, and then I took it, and then I just went about my day without an issue. Made the stream, missed the last one, because it was late. Hello, hello. Welcome to the stream. Okay, what do I do? I'm sort of just like scribbling away. Um, so what I need to do at the moment is there's the additional pouches and stuff like that that go on top of the armor, right? And I'm trying to. Oh, it's Riz. Hello, long time no see. Thank you for the 10 USD. Appreciate it, Mr. Siam. Siam, what the fuck, Mr. Simon? I am angry with you. Why would you stream while I'm sleeping, and then while I'm working? The audacity. Anywho, I hope you're doing well, and I'm glad to see you live. You live more often. You're live more often. Thank you very much. Appreciate the donation, and I'm sorry. I won't have a consistent stream schedule ever. Probably, I'll just stream when I feel like it. Now it's just going to be more of a common occurrence, so you'll definitely have the chance to catch one. I don't know what time I would need to stream for you to be able to catch one though, because yesterday I streamed in the morning, and today I'm streaming at night. So, like an in between, do I have to stream at like my AM or do I have to stream at my like no? Because I streamed in the morning, then at lunch, like afternoon, and then now I'm streaming at night. So your when you're available is when I'm sleeping. So I'm sorry, you will most likely not be getting many streams. Requiem of a Dream is a great movie. Give it a watch. Okay, I'll put it on my watch list. Well. Just recently said you wouldn't take performance-enhancing drugs for your art like the other artists. Hey, look, they were necessary. I'm sorry, but I'm not a natural artist anymore. I'm not Natty. But it was necessary. There's too many sweats out there. The competitive art scene, was a little too hard, and I had to go pro, and start using some myself. Seeing all the other enhanced artists just made me jealous, so I started using meth. I remember back in gym class they'd check that we'd exercised enough by tracking our heart rate, but my ADHD meds messed with my blood pressure, so I could meet my target with mild anxiety. Yeah, you're cheating. What the fuck? How dare you? You're cheating in gym class because your heart rate spikes. Man is juicing to make his heart. Yeah. What time is it? Right now it's 21:15. I don't know why my all my clocks are military time, and I don't know how to change them, so I've just gotten used to it. 21. The fuck is that? And I'm not even good at reading them. Like I have to take a moment to think about what 21 is. Um, that's 9 p.m. It's 9 p.m. and 15 minutes. There you go. That's how long it took me. Okay. But yeah, what was I gonna say? Right. We need to figure out these pouches and like pipe situations. The issue I've been having is there's a lot of layers. Um, there are there are the pipes that come out of the like neck and also like the stomach that wrap around the body and go to the back to the like backpack baby thing. Then there are the pouches with the bombs on them, right? And the gas mask, like air filter bag. And then there are the decorative straps, which are underneath this, uh, like these decorative straps that need to go over everything. So it's pipes first, then pouches, then decorative straps. So three layers of like knickknacks on top of each other. And I decided I wanted so like in these original drawings, the pipe sort of just hung out, you know? His pipe was just hanging out, slung over his fucking leg, right? He just slung his pipe over his leg, thick and girthy right here. And it sort of just covered up the pouches, and that was fine with this design because there's nothing major happening with the pouches. Um, but the issue with this one is the pouches are really interesting. Like the pouches are like basically bombs. And also 3D model wise, it would be an absolute nightmare to have the pipes be on the outside, like over the pouches. So have you'd have to paint the pouches behind the pipes, then paint the pipes, and then paint the decorative strap over the pipes, which is just I fucking miniature painters are weeping at the thought of that. Probably, me included. I don't paint miniatures, but I can just imagine it in my head. That would be a nightmare. So I had to change it. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna have the pipes be most inwards. So the straps are holding the pipes down. The pipes are like basically up against the body. So they're gonna be not like a separate piece when printing. First, I was thinking, weirdly enough, I was like, oh, we could make the pipes a separate piece so you can paint behind the pipes and then take glue the pipes to the model. But now I'm more thinking like, well, we could instead just have the pipes be right on the body so there's no gap. Or at least there's like a tiny curve, maybe. Like if this is like the curve of the armor, the pipe going along it would have like this sort of a curve going outwards, you know? Like that. So it's not like you need to squeeze your brush in between the pieces to um that would be a mini you paint in subassembly for sure. Yeah, I'm sort of thinking there definitely would need to be some layers separated or some pieces separated because this is still very tedious. Like the arm I'd want to have separated because then you can like paint these pouches a lot easier, and like actually both arms and probably the torso here as well. I don't know why I'd want to separate the torso, but maybe. Oh, the pouch on the back for sure as well. There's this pouch on the back, but then you'd have to paint behind it, and I definitely do want to still keep that depth of the armor like creasing inwards and then the pouch. So we'll have to separate that one as well. Like veins. Yeah, like veins. But the issue is now, I know the order in which I want the layers, but I can't figure out a nice way to arrange these pipes behind the straps. This looks awkward. So I'm thinking I sort of just have to fiddle around with it a little bit for now. What I'm actually gonna do is I'm also gonna erase the decorative straps. So we're going layer by layer. I don't want to like make it too confusing, and I want to make the layers very clean. Like each layer, when you paint it, I also want readability to be really good. Even without the paint, I want it to be easy to tell which part's what. So I have to make sure that nothing's like overlapping in a very awkward way, like if a pipe is like right behind a strap and they both cover each other and it'd be hard to read from afar. So that's the goal. So I'm gonna just do like a red large brush and then just like try to trace where the pipes would go. So the gas pouch is definitely going to be under the arm. I was thinking about having it be on the other side, but then the umbilical cord pipe, I want it to be on the other side. I don't want them to be on the same side. Um, and it just felt right to have it under the arm, I guess, the gas bag. Or well, what do you think? Because like it is like another major detail, not a major detail, but it's a different thing. So maybe having it be on this side would be more of an interest. But wait, no. Okay, so what's on his belt is there are 3 bombs here, 3 bombs on the other side, and then there is a mana potion, and here is the medical bag. So hold on, let me show that from the top. So 3 bombs, 3 bombs. Here's the belt buckle. Then there's the gas mask filter is here, and then mana potion is here, right? And I wanted another one like here on the back maybe, so he can have 2 of those. And then there's the backpack he has. So those are like we have to choose which one's behind the arm, and I'm sort of thinking the gas pouch being behind the arm is probably fine because it's mostly like a blank bag. These are like quite interesting details where they're like these additional pouches, like this, which are mana potions. This is like the handle. Basically, what you do is like you press down the button and then put it on the ground, and then the mana potion goes critical and turns to steam and goes up into a plume of vapor, and you suck up the mana out of the air. So those will be interesting to look at as well. So I'd definitely put it on the other side. I just read the title. Oh, yeah, we're making minis. Um, what if you strap the bombs onto the inside of his arms? The inside of his arm? You mean like here? Or you mean like on the belt, but like next to him? Because I do want them more like front facing to have them be like the star of the show of what is decorating his belt. Because they're like the most interesting aspect of what he has on him. So I do think I want them like more to the front. Ongbak reference. Wait, did I accidentally reference something from Ongbak? Like, you mean the fucking like elephant tusks wrapped around the arms, or what? Or just that he's like decorated like a tie? Uh, oh, it's a question mark. I mean, I like that movie. It's definitely a fun movie. Um, not intentional reference to anything though. Yeah. Oh, I guess I have the dude right here. Fucking, is this the dude? I sort of asked this last stream, but nobody could answer. I don't really. I haven't watched the movie in a really long time, so I don't really remember the face of the guy, even though it's like a really memorable face. So I'm like half questioning if this is him. But I think it is. Like that's the protagonist of Ongbak, doing like a photo shoot. I'm not sure, but yeah, if it is him, then coincidence. He's right there. The Muay Thai picture is from the movie Ong Bak, I think. Okay, yeah, perfect then. Right. I just really good movie. It's just a fucking fighting movie, just action film, where a dude just looks for his elephant, which is great. And every time he beats somebody up, he screams about where his elephant is. He just asks people while punching the shit out of them. He's like, "Where's my elephant?" And then at the end, oh, I shouldn't spoil it. I mean, I already sort of did, but it gets really nutty. What does Ongbak mean, by the way? Ongbak แปลว่าอะไรอ่ะที่รัก Ongbak. We're not that sure. It means something, probably. But I don't know what it means. Yeah. The only thing I didn't remember when I think I remember seeing a clip of it recently, The only thing I didn't remember about that movie was the fucking hit sounds. What the like the hit sounds in that movie were weird. Wasn't it like just crunchy or something? It sounded off to me most when I hold on. I gotta search it up. I'm sorry. We haven't gotten much drawing done, but now that I'm on the topic, I'm very curious to remember what the hell I was hearing. Ow, mom. Mom ก็อยู่อ่ะ Come on, punch more. I can't fuck. Hold on, I gotta find another scene. He's not punching enough. Why? I remember him punching more than this. I gotta. Oh, here it is. This is. I'm just gonna turn on the audio. Basically, they're punching each other, right? This is they're punching, punching. This is what it sounds like. What the fuck? Like, that's not a punching sound. It's so much. It's so much. What the fuck? It's like they're cracking 30 knuckles at once, uh beating a fucking steak, and then also smacking them with a wet towel all at the same time. It's so much. At least 50 broken bones each punch. Like, he's breaking more bones that they own than they own each time he punches. He's inventing new bones to break each punch. It's wild. But yeah, I feel like the punch sounds are a little goofy, but the movie's still great. Visceral punches. Yeah, he's punching through them. He's punching like piercing punches. But yeah. I gotta rewatch that sometime. You know what I also gotta rewatch? Oh, also I said mum. Or what I said in Thai was that there's the scene that I opened for the movie. Somebody in the crowd was another celebrity in Thailand called Mum, who's like he's mostly known for doing like comedies and like comedy TV shows and stuff. So it's just like, holy shit, he's there. I didn't know he was in the movie. I don't remember that. Yeah, he's just in the crowd. I don't know if he played a major part. I don't remember, but he was there. Yeah. What was I gonna say? Another really good movie that I want to rewatch. Also being like a fight movie is fucking Kung Fu Hustle. Remember watching that one? That was good. What am I doing? Right. Forgot again. Or not that I forget. I'm just getting sidetracked. Me when I'm trying to fight somebody, but I keep stepping on shelled peanuts. Terrible. Yeah, or everybody just has shelled peanuts in their pockets. Like they all just got off a flight, like a really long flight, and they all got given out tons of peanut bags, and they're just keeping them in their breast pockets and fucking pant legs. So every time they're fighting, they're just popping bags of peanuts. Have you seen the Raid movie? Yes, yes, I have seen the Raid movie. And I did enjoy it. I did like it. Um, I was gonna say my favorite part, but what the fuck was my favorite part? Oh, I'm drawing on the wrong layer. It's hard to say what my favorite. I think it was just the fight scenes with the smaller dude. Just because of how long he just kept going, and the he wanted like a fair fight. Like always, he tried for a fair fight. So like they didn't shoot each other, so they could beat the shit out of each other. And then he got like he strung people up, but then I think he let them down just to beat them up. Like he was like, I'm gonna take a 2v1, and then he got like defeated, but it took so much. He took a beating already, and then he successfully captured them, and then he let them go to get beat up again, I think. And then he lost, but it was like it took a while. What are we working on right now? We are working on a war dancer that is going to be turned into a miniature. So that'll be fun. Yeah. So here's the issue. I want the pipe to like flop down like this, right? I love myself a floppy pipe. But the issue is I got to remember there's going to be bombs there. There's going to be big bulbous bombs on his waist. So the pipe can't go there, right? There's no space for the pipe. Like I just gotta like ram it under his armpit, sling it over his shoulder. What if he just slings the pipe over his shoulder? Who will modellate the someone called Sedeka. He's been working with me on Rust and Trenches for a while, but he's also a really good 3D modeler, and I trust him that he's going to be able to do justice to the designs because I've seen his work and it's really good. He made a 3D model of the War Boar once, and it was God, it was so good. Wait, how do I do this? Like it pains me that I might need to just have the pipe hug the body like this, like just straight around the body. But that might be how it has to be, which sucks. But I guess I can get the flop like later on. If you're like, okay, here's the pipe's starting here, right? And it's like laying pipe all around his waist. And then we can have the pipe like flop downwards on the back or like have some sort of crease in it and then go around to the thing he has. Yeah, yeah, we can have it like hanging here and then connect into the thing he has on his back. There. Who doesn't love a floppy pipe? I mean, I don't know anybody who doesn't. Yeah. Like this. That might work. I'm sort of bothered by it, but that's like the best way I can think about it. And then the pipe for the gas mask, I might want to have it like sort of kink here, kinky pipe. Uh just to get a little bit of curve on it. A little bit of curve is good for the pipe. And then just have it run along the bomb pouch and then into the bag like that. That might just be the way I have to do it, which is kind of a shame. I can add some more interest in it with the smaller pipe because there's two pipes here. There's the big one, the thick one, and then there's a small one. Both are equally important and equally as valuable. But there's like a small pipe running next to it. So what I can do is like have it sort of cross over the big one to add like more interest to the flow of the pipe, maybe. And then also the big pipe has like this sort of sewing line going down of it or going down it, which I guess you could also call a vein. I wish I had a big kinky pipe. Bro, this sounds so bad out of context. What do you mean? I have no idea what you're talking about. But yeah, give him a line running down the pipe. I always love when pipes in like character designs have like this line running down it. It's very satisfying to look at for some reason. Like this. If it's just like a circular pipe, I sit. No, I don't interest. But give me a pipe with a line running down it, and you got my attention. You know, like that. Look at that. That's so much better with just this like weird like vein running in the middle. That's so much better than just a plain old pipe. Kind of like a shisha pipe. I have no idea what a like a cloth wrap pipe. Yeah, yeah. So I was sort of thinking that underneath it's probably rubber and then cloth. I don't know why it would be like that. I don't know why pipes are wrapped in cloth, but it's what I've gone with. I guess you know what? I can have a little I can allow myself a little bit of bend in the pipe right here. Because I think it like the belt buckle is here and the pouches are here, so like I can have it bend down, flop down a little. That might be nice. Every pipe needs its taint seam. God, the taint seam. That's a new way of describing it. The seam line, you know, from molding. I'm sort of struggling to think how I want to connect the pipe to the front here. Sort of just like hangs out. I'll clean that up later, but that's where the pipes are. Um, and then we do the pouches. So I'm gonna do those in brown. So first, I want the pouches to be a little more to the like the straps to be next to the pipes, so they don't like obstruct them too much. This big old belt buckle, and then the bomb pouches. This, if I, yeah, I think that definitely can work. How big did I draw? Definitely want them bigger. Pause. What? War dancers would probably make really good strippers. I I don't know. I feel like I disagree. Not because of like the build, definitely. Like I get it with the build. They're basically pretty much just steroided out muscular men. So like there's definitely the appeal for that, right? But I feel like where they would fall off on the stripper tier list is sort of with their moves, right? Because I feel like the flex. Wait, no, actually, I'm completely wrong. I'm sorry, actually, because they're trained to be elegant and like sort of dance like in combat, aren't they? So they're like, yeah, yeah. I'm taking it back. I'm sorry. I feel like actually they would be fucking S tier strippers. Uh, 'Cause yeah, they're trained to be dance like. They're trained to be elegant and flexible and strike poses and shit. And they're buff and muscular. Like that's the perfect package. They're also like they're in armor, right? And what's sexier than a muscular man in armor and him being strong enough to tear that armor off of himself? Uh, so yeah, actually, no, that's they're fucking incredible. How's the game going? For now, I'm putting it on pause. Or not putting it on pause. I'm just focusing on this for now. I do want to get something out at least. I want to like work on the game slowly. I don't want to rush it. Before this, I had the idea that I was just gonna like plow through the game and try to finish working on it as fast as possible so I can make a video about it. But that's really not a healthy way to go about it. I'll just take my time and work on it as I feel like working on it. So the people that I work with won't have much urgency. There'll be a lot of people working on me. Working on me? What the fuck is wrong with me? A lot of people working on me. What I was trying to say, there's a lot of people waiting on me to finish the work, but it's not like they're pressuring me to finish it fast, you know? So they'll be fine just sitting around waiting until I finish the drawings and then they can step in and do the magic of actually making the game. Wise to pace yourself. Yeah. I said this last time actually, or like 2 streams ago. I said I feel like there's people waiting for me and that gives me pressure. Even though they're like not demanding me to finish it. Nobody is. Like literally nobody is telling me that I have to finish this in a certain amount of time. It's just me allowed to set my own deadlines. But in the last stream, it I still couldn't like let go of the fact that there are people waiting to do something after I'm done with my part, you know? And that's adding a pressure even though they're not doing anything. Like it's fine. They're not like it's fine, right? But I guess we're going back to drugs. The fucking meth, man. Like I'm chill about it now. I couldn't I don't it I don't want to say I don't care, but it's like I can just choose not to think about it, which I never could before. Like, God, there's people waiting on me. Like, I have to finish quickly. There's so much pressure and so much things I have to do. I have to design this, draw that, design that, write a script, talk to this person, do that, and all that's going on at once. And now it's just like, you know what? I can go at my own pace, and everything else is just quiet. And I actually believe it. Like, how crazy is that? I actually believe my own non-worry, or believe when I tell myself I don't have to worry instead of still being anxious and thinking too much about it. Sorry, the what? The meth. I'm taking meth. Yeah, book is canceled, right? For the foreseeable future, yeah, the book is definitely canceled. It's just that like as my thoughts about the Monster Garden and like Rust and Trenches developed, it just doesn't feel like something that I'd be passionate about. You know, like I was excited about it because people said like, oh, you should make a book, you should make a book. So I sort of convinced myself like, yeah, that's what it should turn into. It's a book. It's gonna be a book. Um, but the more I tried to like get into actually making one, I'm like, I'm not good at making a book, or I don't really feel like making one. You know, it's not what I see the world becoming. And at the moment, I do feel like I'm feeling or thinking a lot clearer about what I'm sort of feeling about the project and stuff. And actually, the direction I more want to take Rust and Trenches is just as like a thing that other people can turn into their own, or just like things that you can take and do other stuff with. Like I want to be useful, right? That's sort of what I am starting to understand about myself is like I want to just be useful to the art community somehow. So like I'm not good at making like motivational videos. I'm not going to be like you can do anything. Like no, I'd be terrible at those and I feel like I'd make them way too cheesy. I'm more saying like if I can be as open as possible about all the background stuff and processes of doing things to sort of make them more perceivable for people who want to try it, right? So, for example, um, I want to make a video sort of breaking down how I make videos, but the thing is, it's not complicated. Like I put so little into it, or there's not much. Like I just draw something. I record the drawing with Krita, and then I put it into an editing software. I write a script for myself, and then I just cut down the script. Or no, I record myself. I edit the audio, and then I put the drawing on top of it, and then that's it. But I guess it seems so simple now that I'm doing it, but if I think about it from when I wasn't making videos, I would psych myself up so much about, god, there's so much that goes into video making. Like I would never be able to do that, or I was scared of making videos. So maybe some other people would benefit from having that realization of how simple it is to just make a video. And then more like world building channels would crop up, for example. Or like other ways I want to like make the Rust and Trenches useful is like with the funds from the Patreon, I want to get more people to make music. So like hire more or pay more people to make music, and then just release it publicly so that people can use it to like make videos, use it in like background music as video in videos and that sort of stuff, or like for your D&D campaign when you're playing and shit. Um, then also use it to make miniatures. Like I'm pretty confident now that yeah, I want to make miniatures. Like it's big, but not like make a TTRPG. Like people have suggested like, oh, you should make a TTRPG for Rust and Trenches. I don't think so. There's so many fucking good TTRPG systems out there already. Like D&D, 5th edition and whatever. That's the one I'm most familiar with. Oh, you should make a tabletop war game and stuff. But like Trench Crusader is there. Fucking Warhammer is there. You can play those. So I don't see the benefit of making another one. Um so what I sort of feel like would be more useful is just making miniatures and then just making stat blocks for those miniatures, if possible, maybe for multiple systems. And then you can just use them if you want to. Like, I'll make the files available, and then if you want, you can print them out. And then there's a stat block for D&D if you want to, like, cram it into your campaign somehow. I'll give you some lore, some background that you might be able to weave into your world if you want. But you can do with it whatever the fuck you want. You can take the model, rip it apart, take some pieces off of it, and make something else out of it. You know, make a setting book like yeah. But I don't think I'm good with books, if that makes sense. I don't think I'm good with books. Like I might just be better off making models and then like short stories for models and stuff. That's like I'm not thinking too far ahead because like that might not go on forever, but for the foreseeable future, I'm quite confident that I just want to make models of characters in Rust and Trenches that might be interesting and add flavor to people's worlds or settings, like if they want to use it in whatever context they want to. Um, and then just make videos about those models or about those characters. And then I have this I'm using this thing called Figma, which is basically like a it's a giant canvas where you can put images and writing on it and stuff like that. You should make a novel with no pictures. No, jeez, Jesus, no. Come on. Me writing. I've never read a book in my life. I've never finished a fucking book. Like you want me to write a novel? Um, games agnostic miniatures. Yeah, pretty much. So I that's sort of the only way or the only ways I can think of making myself useful at the moment. Um maybe there's some more that I can come up with. I mean, you can give me suggestions of what you might think could benefit the community most, basically. Like, that's my goal at the moment, is just, I think I just want to encourage or get as many people as possible to be more able to do the same, uh, or make it more approachable, you know? Especially like with video making and YouTube probably. I'll have to. Well, but like how much more? That's the issue. I guess that's the thing. There's so many fucking tutorials about making YouTube videos already. Like I don't know if I need to add to that though. It's not. What do you mean useful? I don't know. I guess just like make things that other people can use. You know, like 3D files, music. Uh, that's it. What else can I make to make useful? What about graphic novels? Mostly pictures, very little story. Yeah, I mean, I'm working on the game, right? So that might be something interesting to do. I do want to make like short animations, but the sort of issue I kept thinking about with short animations is like every time I start them, it's like, but I like just tinkering with designs more. I really like designs and designing things and thinking about the story of those things, but actually uh actually telling those stories is tedious for me. Like it's so annoying. The Burla, for example, like the Burla animatic I did for me, it was like really annoying to work with because I was like, I have the drawings done, you know, why can't I just show the drawings? But I need to give the context and like the story of the people walking through it. It's all in my head, but I don't have the energy to tell it. Uh, my thoughts are really jumbled still, but I hope that sort of makes sense. Like I love designing things. I love designing characters and creatures and worlds. Uh, but then when it comes to presenting the worlds that I created, that's the part I find annoying and find it hard to find motivation for. So how do I turn that into videos? Because for some reason I feel like, yeah, the videos should be about the world, because you know that's what the fuck it is. So should I be making videos that are more focused about the creation of the world and and like the background things? But what is that going to turn into? You know, it's still really confusing. The more I tell you about it, the more I'm confused I'm getting. Actually, I'm sure that I want to help people and like be beneficial to the community, but I'm less and less sure how the fuck I'm gonna do that. This man can't read, and you want him to write. I mean, I can read. I can read to a certain degree. Excuse me. If you don't do it, we will. Uh, I don't know what you're referring to with that, but go ahead. You will always be your own worst critic. I mean, yeah, I know that. Just make the stuff you want to make regardless of. Yeah, I'm. Remember when this was about how a pipe would be shaped? Okay, I'm sorry. Jesus, I know I've gotten off track again. What does the back of the armor look like? We're gonna get to that. If you can imagine, surprisingly enough, when it comes to art, I only have like one pen and two pairs of eyes and one hand on the canvas. So like I have to draw one thing at a time. Uh, so after I'm done with the front, surprise, surprise, I'm gonna turn him around and we're gonna see the back. So don't worry, you will get the chance to eventually see um Pillarman, or I mean War Dancer Cheeks, but it's gonna take a bit because I have to finish the front first. But yeah, there you go. Hold on, I'm sniffly. I also really like doing art, but then I have to write about the art and thing. I'm like, nah, thanks. Yeah, well, I don't know. Like, the thing is, I have so much lore. I have so much to tell you about like the war dancers, so much to tell you about the pillarmen, the ascending the pillars, the descending into the center of the earth, the war, the relationship with the rat, or the hatch folk, sorry, like Burla, the Burla men, you know, the statues in Burla, the mana core and the shit that's happening there, the bleeding belfries, the witch hunters, witches, curses, how curses are being used in the war, how metamorphosis has been used in the war, what kind of weapons, the tanks, the creations of the dwarves, and what kind of relationship Varus has with the dwarves, and what they use them for. There's so much shit, and I love thinking of it. I love writing it down, but it's so hard to tell it in a video for some reason. Like, if I have a conversation with somebody, it's sort of easier to tell them the lore because I can like very quickly ramble off things and be like, oh, I can go back to that and and it's like a conversation. You know, they ask questions and I can go into context into the things that they're more interested in. But in the form of videos, there's something about it that's just really hard. You know, it's just really hard somehow to decide on what you want to say in a video, and then it just feels so slow. Like like I said, in a conversation, you're talking to them in real time. You give them the information and they take it in. That's it. You know, but in a video, for me to get that same amount of information in, I have to draw something. I have to write the script. I have to record it. I have to edit my voice. And then I have to put it together and then, you know, put the video out, which just adds so many more steps to something that I just want to tell you. The hard part of video is not knowing where to branch off. What do you mean by like not knowing where to branch off? Non-stop live stream and never stop talking. Yeah, like you notice often that like in streams I just start rambling off lore that I haven't like covered in videos at all. It's because it's a lot easier for me to tell you about it in stream form. But for videos, it's not cohesive enough for me. Like I like well-structured, written out videos. When I watch videos, I enjoy those a lot. So I want to match that by making videos that are well-structured and stay on a topic and cover it, and then they're done like in a concise amount of time. But it's really hard to write concise scripts. You know, it's a lot easier to talk like this because I can say, hold on, never mind, let me try that again, and you know, fix it. But I can't do that in a video. I can't just ramble in a video and be like, wait, hold on. No, 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 that's not what I mean. I mean like blah blah. And there's nobody asking me questions. Easy Solution podcast, Jake. Yeah, but no, but here's also the thing. You see how many people are in the stream, right? There's a different audience for people who want to bother listening to somebody ramble on, and then a completely different audience that prefers to have the information actually concise put into a nice video. And so that doesn't even reach, like they wouldn't even consider watching an hour-long video. So I want to compact it into like a nice package, but it's so hard to do that. Like I've still I've tried to explore so many ways of expressing the world in the form of videos, and all of them are hard in some way, or I feel like all of them lack something. So like, okay, animatics. The issue I have with animatics is they're really good to set atmosphere. Like atmosphere is 10 out of 10. That's 11. 10 out of 10, right? But the issue is they take a lot of time, right? A lot of effort, and you can only cover a little bit of the world, like a tiny bit. You'll get to, I mean, you can do like a cut, like a sort of movie trailer style animatic, I guess, where it's like a lot of scenes get shown to like set the mood, but it's not like you get enough context about those scenes. It's sort of just like showing you what there is to build interest, but it's not giving you the world building, you know? So it's a fuck ton of effort for uh reward is you get atmosphere, so you make it a lot more immersive for the people watching it, but you only get to share like a tiny bit of the world building. You might be able to share some interactions between a character or a conflict, like a one fight happening or something like that. Um, so the doses are really small. Then there's like the videos where I just like draw and then tell you the lore, which is like on the opposite side, where it's like, yeah, the effort is reasonable. You can get a lot more information out in that sense, but the immersion is completely gone. Like, there's no immersion. You don't feel like you're in the world. I guess I can like try and tell it in a sort of more story-like way, but still, like the animatic is king when it comes to like trying to immerse somebody in the world. A really good example of it would be fucking Kappa, like the Kappa animations that I recently recommended. If you haven't watched it, I linked it in the announcement chat on the Discord. Um, those are incredibly immersive. It's this like you just feel like you're in the world, and he keeps getting better with each video. But you know, it you can tell that it takes so much effort for each episode to like slowly move along the story. But if you did it in the form of, you know, how I do it, where it's just like, oh, I just draw the fuck. If I did Kappa, it would just be like I drew fucking Raphael, you know, the turtle, and then I just told you his whole fucking journey, throughout the whole thing, uh, and then you'd be done in one video. You'd get all of Raphael's journey. But then the issue is you have no immersion. Like, it wasn't breathtaking. It wasn't suspenseful. You weren't rooting for him because you know. So like, which way do I go? And then also, it's like if I make an animatic, I completely lose out on the background of how it was made. Right? With this video, I can sacrifice an amount of the lore to take up that time with telling you the process of making that thing, right? Like how the design went, what I took inspiration from and stuff. Like, there's so much shit you need to do with videos. I don't know what the best way to explain something is, or to share information is, or what information people care about. Like, do you care what happens in the background? Do you care how I got to the design that is shown in the video? Where I got the inspiration from? What stages the design went through, what went through my head while drawing it, the troubles I had while designing it. Like, oh, I had it was really hard to draw this piece of armor because it was such a weird shape or something like that. Or is it more interesting to just get pure lore of the world, and just get information dumps, but n- but then not make it sound like just an essay in a uh in like a lecture, like not just make it sound like a lecture. I like you notice in the videos where I lore dump, I always sort of try to give it from somebody's perspective. Like talking about the crawling king from the perspective of Russian soldiers, seeing them for the first time attacking their trenches, or like the armored war dancer being seen from the perspective of people in a bunker, and seeing it, you know, encroach with the music blaring and stuff like that. So that takes so long. People want both. They care about the world as well as what sources you drew from. It's interesting. Yeah, but I don't even know what I'm babbling on about anymore. I'm just ranting because it's just such a difficult thing, you know, to figure out. And there's no real answer to it. Yeah, you want both, of course, but it it I just want to tell you the world. Like, I wish I could just pour it out and just have you know about it as much as I do and just be done with it. But like, fuck, I can't. It's all in my head, and I have to share it one crumb, like one little measly crumb at a time, um, until it's done, I guess. Do you think most of us are artists or just watchers? I think pure lore would be more interesting for just watchers, but as an artist, the process and the whips are just as fascinating. I guess. I don't know. There's an audience of people who both enjoy the final product and who want to know everything about how it is made, why art books exist. Yeah, I guess. For me personally, your thought process is one of the most interesting parts of the video, isn't it's very satisfying to see you think about a concept and then seeing how it fits into the world. Yeah, make a codex. Yeah, so I didn't fully explain what Figma was, what didn't I? It's a giant canvas where you can put pictures and writing down, and I'm basically using it at the moment to document everything in the world. It's basically the thing that I've always wanted, where I can just put the pictures of the things that I'm talking about onto the canvas, and then just write the lore next to it, and then you can just zoom out and you can look for anything by writing keywords. And you know what I'm thinking? I'm I'm gonna write everything out in a giant Figma files, Figma balls, yes. And then I'm just gonna make it available for everybody. And then so you can just read up on it. I don't think I care about spoilers anymore. I've given up. Because before, when I started the videos, I had this strong feeling where I was like, no, but they need to experience the lore through the videos. Like, it has to be in order, you know. And if I gave, like, if I wrote the lore out in a giant document, it wouldn't be as fun. Because some people would read the document and some people won't, and they won't be on the same page. That's what I was thinking at first, and I still think that now they won't be on the same page. Some people will know more than others because they read the whole damn thing. And there'll be people like, well, actually, you got that completely wrong. I read the whole file, and your comment is wrong. Your assumption is wrong. He already answered that question in the 35th page on the Pillarman. Why didn't you read that before you made this comment, you fool? Something like that, you know? And I know that's still gonna happen, but I've given up on the like, oh, they need to like take it in the formats of videos because it's fucking impossible. It's impossible. I can't cover all of it in videos. Some of it just needs to be written down, and if you want it, you just read it because it's too much, right? So that's the plan. Is I'm going to make a Figma file that has everything in it about the world. It's going to break down each faction, the unit of each faction, the lore of each of the units, or and the locations, some minor stories that might happen. And you can just read them if you want to. And you know what we're gonna do? I'm gonna make polls on YouTube or whatever, or maybe in live streams, we vote on it, and then we can just decide which part of the fucking Figma file do you want to be turned into a video, right? And then that's just gonna be the next video. So it's the most interesting like topics turned into videos. Maybe that'll work, right? I'm not confirming this yet. I don't know if that'll be the right way to go about it, but that's sort of how I'm thinking it's gonna work out. And then the plan is also the Figma file is gonna be gigantic, right? There's so much that I still need to write down. I've barely scratched the surface of what I need to write down. So what I'm thinking is I'm gonna have streams where we just work on the Figma file and we also vote on what part of the Figma file I should cover next. Because I can write out all the topics of what I still haven't written down. And then you guys can tell me, well, we're most interested in this part of the lore. And then I can just write that part out. And then we go on to the next one. Like, okay, what's next? Okay, you're interested. What happens at the Mana Core? Okay, let me write about the Mana Core. And then the way I want to structure the Figma file so everybody can like enjoy it in different ways is I'm gonna have different sections per or different parts per uh location or character. So for example, there's gonna be the part of the file about the Pillarmen, and then there's a drawing of like Pillarmen, all the drawings of Pillarmen that I've done next to it. And then there are the lore bits, right, which is just the lore of what a Pillarman is. But then there is also the personal section, which is basically my personal notes on whatever this is, right? So whatever I think is interesting about the Pillarman, and I just tell you about it. So for example, with the Pillarman, I think what I found interesting about it was like I literally just took all the stuff that I have interest in and turned it into a thing in the world. Like it has climbing because I like rock climbing. It has body modifications because that's an interesting thing. It has Thai decorations as art. So that's what I took inspiration from. And also the whole reason from where like the design of the Pillarmen with like these tall, lanky, and like really big rib cages came from, where those design came from was from castratis, which were people that got their balls cut off to sing better back in our own history. This is real, by the way. People got their balls cut off so that they sang better. It was an actual thing, and they were called castratis. And that happening to them would cause a lot of weird things to happen to their anatomy because they basically grew into adulthood without actually going through puberty. So their bones wouldn't harden that much, which means their rib cages sort of expanded into these like big barrel shapes. Not as exaggerated as I drew them, but that's where the spark came from of like, oh, that's really interesting that we fucking did that. But yeah, that's what's gonna happen. So that's the plan, and then we can use that file and then make it into videos, or whatever you want. I don't fucking know. And oh, you know what's the most beautiful part? Hold on. This is even better. This is even better. You can put links into Figma, which means when we do make videos about each topic, or the videos I've already made, I can link them in the Figma file. So when you're looking at a topic, you can see a link and be like, oh shit, there's a video on this. And then click on it and then watch the damn video. That's so good. So you can just have the Figma file be this giant codex of the Rust and Trenches world. And what will that eventually be? I don't fucking know. Like, I don't care at that point. Like, for some reason, I feel like that's the end goal is just to make a giant Figma file. And it's like, God, when will you publish a book? What do you mean a book? We have a giant Figma file. Like, you just read that. That's an art book and a book with my own personal notes and the videos attached to it. That's literally everything that you could ask for. And you don't need to pay for it. So, like, huzzah, perfect. Um, I am confident that I don't want to make it on Patreon, and actually like the models as well and the music as well. I don't want to put anything on Patreon because for me, I don't, even if it's just $1, I just don't want people to have to pay to look at it. You know, that feels wrong if it's this much that I'm gonna, or this much effort that I put into it. But the the downside to that is, well, of course, I need to fund making models and paying musicians and stuff like that. So I hope that it'll just work off of goodwill. That makes sense. Like, hopefully, I'll just make enough money with the videos and the Patreon that I can like consistently pay people to make music and make more models, and just ask people like, if you want to support you can, but you don't need to get any of the shit. Maybe that'll work. We'll see, but that's what I'm planning to do. I wouldn't mind a physical copy of the Figma file. I mean, how would you make that? Because the Figma file is basically a giant mind map. Like, everything's laid out on one canvas. So how would you turn that into a book? Take screenshots of individual sections and like plunk it onto a book? Or you'd have to arrange all of it into a cohesive book, which I feel like is impossible. That's why I felt like Figma was like the most likely way I could express the world in, because it's just a giant page and I can like just cover it with things. In a book, it forces me to have an order, which is impossible. Like, how will I order the world? What do I talk about first? You know? But a Figma file, you can go to whatever section you want first and just look at it and try to figure out what the context is or whatever. Release the file as a giant map. I mean, that would be fun though. Like a giant poster, just a printout poster. Uh, a very cool looking USB stick. that's that's silly. Uh, is good a vague description and then jump drop the inside. To me, it kind of sounds like you're fine with making a book, but you don't like your idea of it. Makes it suck for you. Well, no, I'm not fine with making a book. There's a lot of limitations to making a book or making it a book that I just don't want to work with. Um, like my thoughts are very rambly, right? And I can't order things very well. And I sort of see the world more as like a whole thing. So making it a book means I have to force myself to tell you a concise amount of things about something, put it on a page with a layout, um, and uh, yeah, it just feels like I'm sort of restricted with making a book. Maybe it's just because I haven't figured out the kind of book I want to make, but I was pretty sure that I knew, and it just felt like no, but I want to, I can't, you know. So the Figma file, I feel like the Figma file would just be the same as a book. It's just not physical, I guess. A map poster with QR code for the lore link. Oh, that would be fun. But yeah, I definitely want to go into merch more though. But okay, here's the thing by the way. The shirts. I'm literally wearing one of them now. It's fucking awesome by the way. The shirts. Uh I really want to sell them. But like I don't know how shipping goes. I'm terrified of shipping because like I can cover my basis to a certain degree. Like I know somebody in America. I can ship a shirt to him and see how much it costs and if it actually arrives. I know somebody in Australia. I can ship it to them and see if it arrives. But that's about it, right? Which means I'm terrified of all the other countries because I don't know if there's any restrictions or like payments or papers I need to fill out. So, for example, what if somebody buys a shirt from fucking Germany and the shipping cost is I don't know $50, and then I'm like, well, shit, the money they paid didn't actually cover the shipping costs because I made all the shipping costs the same, and then I also need to fill out this paperwork. Or I can't actually ship it or something. So like, I'm worried that I can cover my bases with a few, but I can't test out literally every place I could send the shirt to, and then sell the shirts. You know, because I'd run out of money because I'd be paying it out of pocket to send it to everybody to test out if it works. Shipping to the I know that's also the thing. I planned on shipping shirts before the fucking tariff bullshit. What did you guys do? What did you do? Tell the orange man to stop. God damn it. What the fuck's going on over there, guys? I want to sell my shirts, man. But what if could you get me on call with him and I can ask him really nicely just to make like an exception for me or something? Like cuz you know, the shipping cost was already really painful. Um and now it's even worse. Look on print on no 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 no. Okay. This is where you don't get me. Um I can't print on demand. I can't, it's not like I don't want to. No, I can't. Well, it is I don't want to, but my stubbornness. You do not know the the width, the girth of my stubbornness. You do not know the girth of my stubbornness. I have decided to myself that I want to make the things myself and I want to ship them myself, right? Because I'm just passionate about it. I want to handle the shirts, you know? And I want to ship them myself. So they have to get past me, which means I ship them. Uh, so that's the only option I've given myself. I'm not allowing myself to do print on demand things because I just like interacting with that part of selling something, right? So because like even if the print on demand is exactly what I want, I would just much rather I found a printing press locally. I found a shirt seller that I can contact in Thailand and buy shirts from them and then print them locally and go pick them up myself and then go ship them myself, which to me just feels so nice and I don't want to lose that. But there's so many other concerns that come with it. Of course, I have to ship them myself. How the fuck do I ship them myself? So I still don't know about that part, right? and that's sort of the only thing like holding the shirts back. The production of it, perfectly fine. Like the shirts are awesome. The material's awesome. I have it all figured out. I'm excited to make more designs and stuff, but the shipping, you know. So I'm sort of stuck on that. I'm sort of scared to like move forward because it means spending a lot of money to try out shipping it to people, and then also still running the risk of just underestimating the shipping cost and getting fucked by orders, and having to refund all of them if I actually can. I don't even know if it can refund. Um, and or dealing with a bunch of paperwork and whatever blah 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 to like get them ordered and shipped. But yeah, it's a lot. And also I'm using a website called Big Cartel to sell the shirts. Like that's the plan. I'm gonna use a website that's called Big Cartel, which basically allows you to open like a shop, an online shop, but it's free. It's free for now. For now, what? It's free, but it's very limited in a free version. So you can only do one image per product, and only like a limited amount of products. But if you do the monthly payments, then you unlock like all the other stuff. But I like it because it's free at first, because then I can tinker around with it, do trial and error, and if I actually like it and figure it out, then I can like pay for it if I need more. Big Cartel, yes, Big Cartel. Um, Pain if you have an international audience. Yeah, I know. So I'm sort of thinking like, do I limit the shipping? Like 90 literally 90% of my audience, or like even more than that, is in America. So that's the big one that I need to figure out, is what does shipping cost to America? And I feel like it's very fucking high. Um so if I figured out shipping to you. Hold on. Um I figured out the shipping costs to the USA before the tariffs happened. So I just need to redo it, or re-ask to see if the cost has changed. But what I got it or what I figured out was that I can sell the shirts for $25 and the shipping is $10, right? And if you buy multiple shirts, the shipping stays $10. And so that's the price I got it to. And I was thinking, if I and I was sort of thinking, okay, if I can have the shipping cost consistently just be $10 for everywhere, would that be enough to cover all the shipping costs? So like there'd be variables, of course. Some places will be more expensive than that. Some will be less, but then just have it baseline $10 um per shipment, and then just hope that that like covers everything else. Um, Simon uses meth and selling merch on a big cartel. The dots are connecting. Now hold on. Hear me out. I'm not bad timing. I guess it's kind of hard to get stuff made cheapish and sell to the US right now. Yeah. I want to sell it as cheaply as possible. Like that's the thing. Like obviously, yeah, profit, blah blah blah. But like a reasonable price as well, and the shipping cost going up is a pain for me. But I think like $25 for a shirt is reasonable. I'd say that's good. Like I've compared it or I've looked at other YouTube merch shirts and how much they sell like printed shirts for, and it's sort of around the range of like $25 to $30. So I think that's fine. But the shipping cost, I wish I could take that down, but I can't, which sucks. For your own meth company, yeah. But um, ooh, also, the fun thing is, I have pins as well. I'm holding one right now. The Monster Garden pins. I would love to like sell these as well. But you know what's even more annoying? Um, the the $10 is the minimum shipping cost. Like that's already the minimum shipping cost, because selling like shipping one shirt is the lightest, smallest thing you can ship, and the minimum is $10. So even if you bought a thing that's even smaller, like one pin, it would also cost $10. So the best thing I could do is like encourage people to buy shirts and then also buy pins with it so that it's worth it, because I could if you buy one shirt, if you buy two shirts, or if you buy one shirt and like 20 pins, the shipping cost stays the same because it's still in the lowest weight bracket and the low size bracket, because I can just shove tiny pins into the packaging. It doesn't matter, right? So like small things shipping with big things would be the most worth it. And then I can make the small things like disgustingly cheap. Because like if you don't know, pins are disgustingly cheap. Like holy shit. I could sell each of these for, I don't know, like I was thinking I could sell them for like fucking $2 a pin, or like even $1 maybe for like small pins, and just have that be it. Or like I found, oh, this is gonna be great. I wish the shipping could just be easy because I want to sell things so bad. I found a company that makes metal metals. Hold on. Sorry. M- metal metals. This metal metals, right? And they have some examples of like what kind of stuff they can make, and they could totally make the fucking finger coins. Like 100% same as what it would look like in the world, right? Like they had different coatings advertised, and they had all the coatings that would be the actual coatings in the world. They had zinc, copper, and tin, I think. Or was that the ones that I picked for in world? I'll have to refresh myself. But we could literally make the fucking finger coins and have it be like a keychain charm and stuff. And I would love to fucking make those. I would love to make and sell those. But the fucking shipping, man. I can't take it. I'll be poor by the time it gets in my location if I uh gets to it, but I'll buy it and I don't care about the price. Thank you. I very much appreciate that. But even if you don't care about the price, I'm going to try to make it as reasonable as possible. Oh, and I'd love to sell like little wooden foxes as well. This is annoying. I'm okay, the thing is I have meth on my side, like meth in my system. So I feel like as motivated as I've ever been. Tomorrow I'm gonna, no, I can't do tomorrow because it's fucking Saturday. God damn it. I'm gonna have to wait till a weekday and go to the post office and like really drill them on all the questions that I need about shipping costs and how to ship them, and if there's any paperwork to deal with and all that stuff to hopefully get that all sorted out. And then I guess I'll just have to dive into the deep end of the pool and see about making a page on Big Cartel and try to sell some shirts and see if it works. Like I'll just have to see, and what the like the profit margins are, and shit, if it breaks even with the cost of shipping and the cost of production. Is meth legal in Taiwan? Sorry, Thailand. No, meth isn't legal. I got it illegally. But no, sorry, context. I have ADHD and I just got diagnosed with it, and I'm taking something called methylphenidate, and it's anti-ADHD medication, and it's a fucking miracle drug. Like I've never felt this good before. Yeah, if you have ADHD, I highly recommend trying to see about talking to someone about it and maybe getting medication. Because speaking from the perspective of someone who has it and has now been granted medication, holy fuck, you do not believe how good it feels to actually be a functioning human being. Like it feels amazing just being baseline. Like I don't have any stress or any too many thoughts in my head. Everything's organized. I can focus. It's stupid. It's absolutely stupid how good it feels. And how motivated I feel to actually do stuff with my time. What is the name again? It's methylphenidate. Methylphenidate. I'm sorry to say, but for everyone, I understand if you want international shipping, but you really need someone who works with international shipping. I know, but like fulfillment companies that like do shipping for you, they fuck you over as well. Like the shipping cost gets even more expensive because they're basically taking the tediousness of international shipping out of your hands for a price, of course. So like I don't want the shipping cost to go even higher. So if it's not too like I'm gonna try to do as much research as I can about it. And if it's not too disgustingly bad, I'm gonna try to do the shipping myself first just to keep the shipping costs down because I really want to just not have it go any higher than it already is. What? Medications are really rare in Thailand right now. Only the non-recommended ones are in stock. I didn't know that. Um, they just gave me some. Maybe it is actual meth. Uh, so who knows? But it's working. The informal name of is Concerta. Ah, it didn't. That's not written on the packet, so I didn't know the informal name. Simon, you could do something about it. No one would suspect you. I mean, I feel like if you mention it on stream and then something suddenly happens, I think people will suspect me. If you want, you can open a tip jar to help alleviate the shipping cost a little. No, no. uh, I mean, I have the Patreon and stuff, but I still want it to be low, you know? They don't have medicine in Thailand. That is true, actually. What we do is we just go into the forest and chew leaves until we feel better again. Medicine hasn't been invented here yet. Ordering BRB ordering 50 shirts to Iran. Yeah, like oh god, how can I regulate fucking shipping? What if I like limit shipping and then like slowly increase it as I figure it out more? So I only ship to like places I'm confident I can get it to, and then slowly add to it as I get more familiar with actually shipping things. That might be the way to go about it. And also, you know what I'm sort of concerned about? The shirts are great, but in the back of my head, there's like this nagging thought of like, it could be better. Like, what if you found an even better material? What if there's some hidden secret shirt manufacturing shop that makes even better shirts? And then your audience is gonna feel ripped off because they're like, how fucking dare you? This shirt doesn't feel like I'm getting massaged by a goddess. It feels like a normal fucking shirt, you know? What if there's a better shirt? Are you silk screening? Yes, I'm silk screening them. It's not. It is. The reason I wanted to silk screen them is because I really like how silk screen shirts look. And the limitations that they give with like the limited color palette and having to do like stippling and stuff to get like to get shading and like transitions. I love that shit. I love how silk screening shirts look. So like I fully went into like a sketchy sort of rough looking shirt with like the first one and it looks so good. Like the detail all went through, like all the tiny dots and stuff, all of it's there. So good. And I've washed this one like a ton of times. And it's like obviously like it fades to a certain degree as like the main like thick like dark ink like sort of washes out of it, but after like the first time washing, it just stops and stays at like this level of brightness, and I think it's perfect. It still looks really good. It's a little. It looks the best on bright shirts. Like I love how it looks on a white shirt. But surprisingly enough, I did this because somebody suggested in a chat or in a comment, and I didn't even think or I was sort of having doubts about it, like, ah, that can't look good. Somebody suggested a yellow shirt, just yellow. So I got a mustard yellow shirt to print a black design with red highlights on it, or like red accents. And holy fuck, it looks awesome. The yellow shirt looks the best. Like white is like the baseline, but yellow is like the cooler shirt, you know? For some I wear that shirt so often. Every time I finish washing it, I immediately wear it the next day because I'm like, this is awesome. It's a yellow shirt. I never thought I'd like a yellow shirt. But it works so good with the design. You have to go learn shirt dyeing techniques with Tibetan monks. The shit's insane. What? You, Monster Garden disappears for a few years to learn Tibetan monk shirt dyeing techniques, comes back and makes the sickest fucking tie-dye shirt in existence. And I sell it as merch, or what do you mean? Post a pic. Yeah, hold on, actually. I'm gonna go get one of the shirts. I'll be right back.เขาชอบเสื้อสีเหลืองอ่ะเขาจะเหลืองให้มันสวยสวยเดี๋ยวนี่ดูเออโอ้ไม่รู้เปล่าตอนแบบถ้าเราถูอะไรที่เป็นผ้ามากมันจะไหม้อะ Yeah, hold on guys. I the okay, the yellow shirt. No. No. Why? The yellow shirt that I like, my girlfriend already wore. So it's like wrinkled and on the floor. So she's like, "No, you can't take a picture of that one. It looks horrible. It's all wrinkled and just like crumpled up." And I'm like, "No, it still looks good." And she's like, "God, don't take a picture of it." I'm trying to stretch it out. I mean, it is wrinkled as fuck, but still, you'll get the point. You'll get the point. I'll take a picture of the white one. Beating her. you. But what if there's a better shirt? No, no, no. Listen, it's not like I don't have I'm not stressed or like I don't have overthinking. Like these are like healthy thoughts. You know? Like thinking about, oh, if there's a better shirt out there. I'm not thinking about like stressing like, oh fuck, I need to find a better shirt. I'm gonna die. It's more like a, maybe there's a better shirt. That's it. It's a healthy amount of overthinking. ไม่นินทา Simon, what are you doing? Stop. No one's gonna get to stop me. Yes. Yes. So wrinkled. Look. Yes. จะดีไหมต้องหา Yeah. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna put it in the. Hold on. Check that. I'm gonna put it in the Discord. So wrinkled. That's not a nice thing to say about her, dude. Huh? ไม่คำว่าในภาษาอังกฤษอะคำว่าเย็บแบบยับในความหมายแบบผ้ายับอะหรือในความหมายแบบริ้วรอยของหน้าหรือแบบริ้วรอยของตัวเหมือนหลังจากที่เราแก่แล้วมันคือคำเดียวกัน wrinkle มันก็เลยมีคนพิมพ์ว่าเฮ้ยการบอกว่าแฟนมึงยับเนี่ยไม่ใช่เรื่องดีนะไม่ใจดีเลยโหดร้ายจังบอกว่าแฟนมึงยับไม่ได้บอกว่าแฟนยับเว้ยไม่กูไม่ได้ใจร้าย Okay, I'm putting them in the Monster Garden chat. Yeah, that's what they look like. And I love the yellow one. Hold on, it's taking time to load. I'm talking about them, but they're not there yet. Used gamer girl. ขายเสื้อมีเหงื่อสาวติดด้วย Yeah, I put it in the Monster Garden chat. Look at that. It's wrinkled to shit, but like you get it. Like they look so fucking good. It looks awesome. It's actually like the design is a lot clearer on the white shirt, obviously, because if it's like on a colored background, of course it's gonna look a little less standoutish. But the combo of like red, yellow, and black is so cool. Yeah, I love them. I fucking love them. I wish I could just sell them, but it's not easy. God damn it. Do you know what's not sick? Domestic abuse. มีคนบอกว่าเฮ้ยเสื้อพวกนั้นเจ๋งมากเลยว่ะแต่รู้หรือเปล่าว่าอะไรที่มันไม่เจ๋งการทำร้ายแฟนบอกคนมันบอกว่ากูทำร้ายมึงไงกูไม่ได้ทำร้ายมึง I wasn't beating her, guys. Jeez. I wasn't. It's called training. I was I was training my girlfriend, educating her. It's not called beating. She needs to learn her lesson. Goodness. Okay, fuck. But yeah, who would win in a fight, Warbor or War Dancer? I don't actually know. It'd be a tough one, I think. He's lying. I never lie. What? He was only stripping. No, she wasn't wearing it. It was on the ground. So I picked it up off the ground. It being all wrinkly and shit. Uh, who would win in a fight, Simon or his girlfriend? I'm rooting for my girlfriend in that one. พวกเขาบอกว่าใครจะชนะการตีระหว่างซีกับแฟนมันบอกว่ากูเชียร์แฟนกูมาชนะ for mistake for not cleaning up. Jeez. Your girlfriend can't understand English? Not so much. She's whispering stupid like fucking Gollum from Lord of the Rings. Stupid. Like this. It's not abuse, it's discipline. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Exactly. Okay, here's the issue. The straps that go across, the decorative straps. What the fuck do we do? So they supposedly, or they're supposed to, go across here and to the back. But how? Like, if I draw it, it makes sense, right? Yeah, of course. The straps go over. That's fine in a drawing. But the issue comes when it becomes a 3D model. What the fuck is going on? Like that. There you go. How big is that canvas? It's an A4 size of paper. 300 pixels per inch, I think resolution, 300. It's not abuse, guys. It's only discipline. Anyways, guys, what straps should I use? No, fuck. No. Okay, come on. You can't make me sound that bad. Also gotta remember you're going to be seeing it from the top down most of the time as a miniature. I mean, yeah, but I'm more thinking like I'm not worried about like the angle you see it from. I'm more worried about from a technical point of view. How do we construct this miniature? So it's gonna be so a normal miniature height is 1 inch, right? Am I right? I've never like handled an actual miniature, so I gotta need some confirmation. Where the fuck's my ruler? Right, it's on my desk for work reasons. But yeah, how tall is like an average minifigure? Like just a baseline D&D minifigure. $28 millimeters? What the fuck? Are they really that tiny? Like I for some reason I can't believe that they're that small. Beating your girlfriend on stream is not okay. Be classy and go mute. I can't with you guys. What the Jesus. 30 millimeters? 6 inches? What the fuck kind of what kind of giant miniatures are you playing with? 4/8, 28 millimeters? Those are really. I mean, that's a really big miniature. 28 millimeters. I mean, a lot to handle. No, but yeah, that's really small. It's a size. It's a size. But like that means the war dancer is like 5 centimeters tall. 5 centimeters. Like so 2 inches. He's sort of twice as tall as a normal figure, pretty much. Warhammer started getting a bit bigger more recently? You mean just like a bigger creatures and characters, or just like the base figures got bigger as well? Like just the base got bigger from previous ones. Like a Space Marine now is bigger than a Space Marine before. 19 inches of vortex. I mean, I'm not the size that matters, Simon. It's what you plan to do with it. I mean, I plan to make a miniature with it. Calling it a I mean, calling it a miniature is, I mean, guys, it's an averature. It's not a miniature. I don't know why they call it that. And anything like if my pillarman is 2 inches tall, that should be called a largature. Now that's already like a really bigature. Space Marine is bigger than before. Huh, okay. Primarines are 32 millimeters. It's also not that tall. Why did I think that miniatures were bigger than this? I mean, it's in their name, duh, but like that's even more impressive that people can paint at that size. Hold on. Let me look. I'm just going to search up a miniature painting video because I just need to refresh my memory. I literally searched miniature painting video. Holy shit, it is actually that small. Huh. Wild. I sort of maybe it's because like the painting videos are always like zoomed into the miniatures so you can actually see what the fuck they're doing with it. So I sort of like subconsciously I thought they'd be at least like 4 centimeters tall, you know? But like no, they are really tiny. Damn. There's a guy who paints on grains of rice. I mean, I know all of those like the fucking there's a guy who paints on grains of rice or like carves them into different things. There's a guy who carves pencils and has or a guy who made a camel sculpture in the eye of a needle and fucking like all of those tiny things. I know. They're all like small offing. Yeah, I do also think a display figure would be cool, but I do want it to actually be a functional miniature as well. Oh fuck. So like that's kind of the issue, I guess. If we're going with like a 2 inch figure, if this was like a big model, if this was let's say like fucking 4 inches tall, yeah, huge, imperceivable almost, 4 inches. Um, none of this would be issues. Like you could totally print any of this. The details would be all like very clear and visible, and separatable, you know. But if it's like 2 inches, I think the most trouble I'm gonna have is with like this area because there's just too much going on, you know. There's the armor underneath. There's the belt with the bandolier with the bombs on it. Then there's the decorative straps on top of that. It's like 3 layers or like even 4 layers of things going on. The armor, the straps, the pipes, the things. 4 inches might be too big. I mean, yeah, I might be pushing it a little too much, you know. But dude, just design the engineering and scaling will all have to be handled by the modeler sculptor. I work in the industry and normal workflow. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, I don't know. I sort of just wanted to think about it to a certain degree to figure out how we could make it possible. Because the dude who I'm asking to do it, I know, so I'm gonna talk to him about it and how I want to do it. So I sort of wanted to have like a idea of what I'm thinking of doing before going into it. But yeah, Loki Crane, thank you very much for the donation of 200 Rs. Appreciate it. It's not much, but it's honest work. Thank you. Love you, love your art, Simon. By the way, you ever thought about how medicine works, something like that would work in Rust and Trenches. How medicine would work. I think medicine in Rust and Trenches, or like the medical field in Rust and Trenches, is quite primitive, sort of by medieval standards, in the most part, or for the most part. That's the thing. Um, so a lot of it would be medicine pellets, like sort of crushed herbs and things that are believed to cure different diseases, crushed and rolled into pellets. That's the type of medicine that exists. Also, just sort of remedies are still a really big thing. The four humors are, or the four fluids are still a thing in like the medical beliefs in the world. Um, Miasma is still a thing, and like the belief of miasma and still water and that sort of stuff incurring disease or encouraging disease to spread. That's all still in the world. So we're at that sort of level. And but the reason that like it hasn't stagnated, but why things like body modification and stuff like that is possible in the same world that people are still dying from fucking smallpox or something. Like the reason it's such a big difference is because of the discovery of magic and like its research and stuff. Actual medicine that normal people have access to has sort of been pushed to the side, and the priority has been put on magical research and uh, magical operations and medicine. Not medicine, because most of the magic thing that happens with like medical magic stuff is like body modifications, that sort of stuff. So it's not like curing any disease with magic, but it feels like it's a lot further along than the actual understanding of magic in the world, just because magic allows for so much crazier thing to be possible, where like you can graft an arm onto somebody and magic makes that possible, and it looks so weird in contrast to people still dying from drinking polluted water, you know. But that just works because of the magic system, because there's so much resource that has gone into it instead of actual medicine that would benefit normal people. Why don't they chew on herbs more? I mean, they could. They probably do. You know, leeches as well, like blood drawing, that sort of stuff. I love all that like weird medical practices from the old times. So I'm taking in a lot of, like, it's not gonna be like the real world where I try to like match a specific time period of medicine perfectly. It's a lot of mishmash of like different things I liked throughout different eras of medicine. So like uh bloodletting, leeches, you know, the miasma, and that like some of those might not be from the same time period, but I just mixed them all together because they're all like interesting things I liked. Um, the common cold because no one researches medicine anymore. Yeah, I guess like obviously there would be the standout people who still try to further medicine and the understanding of the human body without the assistance of magic for the benefit of the people. Of course, people still do that, but just the funding of that sort of thing is so is cut down so much because of, I mean, especially because of the war. Like there's a fucking war going on. So there's a lot more important things that they're putting funds into. So making super soldiers is kind of a little more appealing than curing little Timmy's cancer, you know? They send blood from young children to cure illnesses like cancer. That's fun. That would definitely be. Feeling sad? Lobotomy. Yeah, I definitely want like lobotomies to be a thing as well. That'll be fun. I love lobotomies. Tummy ache? Meth. Yeah, hold on. I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna go get myself some water. And I also need to reset myself. I've been babbling on too long and the drawing hasn't continued. Also, I think we've actually finished the front. Or, well, we finished the front enough that I want to turn it around and draw the back, and then we go fully into the detail to, like, try and finish the design and clean it up fully. But yeah, let me go. Oh, look at the photo Australia. I'm back, guys. She beat my ass. Yeah, like the guys in the trenches do need. The guys in the trenches do need some kind of miracle drug like carotene meth to keep doing what they do. So, oh yeah, like drugs are definitely a big thing. Like magic meth, magic weed, stuff like. I still haven't figured out many of the drugs, but I know that like tar is a drug in the world. Not like black tar heroin. I mean like my own version of tar. Blood honey is a drug as well. That's like a painkiller. Tar sort of like calms you down. But like besides that, I haven't really thought about any. Oh, there's grot. Grot, the stuff that the dwarves smoke, which is kind of the weed of the world. Grot, which is a type of mushroom. Those aren't giggles, they're cries of terror. I hear the broken bone. Yeah, you just I disappear for a bit, and then you just hear the fucking ongbak punching sounds. There's like 50 bones break. ไม่กูบอกว่ามึงได้ยินกูแบบหายไปสักพักมึงแบบอ๋อเดี๋ยวแป๊บนึงกูกลับมาแล้วมึงก็แค่ได้ยินเสียงแบบต่อยเสียงตีต่อยเหมือนอ๋องบักอะไม่เนี่ยมึงฟังแบบได้ยินเสียงเนี่ยในพื้นหลังอะเดี๋ยวเอามานี่ใส่หูแกเองกูหาหูมึงไม่เจอเอาเนาะเนี่ยเดี๋ยวอย่าเพิ่ง Hold on, I'll be right back, guys. Okay, I'm back. Okay. I'm back. I'm sucking on a dee-doo. Um, hold on. No, I wasn't prepared for how that sounded in English. No, hear me out. I'm sucking on a dee-doo. Um, I we I bought this thing from Big C in Thailand, like Big C, which are these like sticks of frozen water or like sticks of like just sweetened juice water, and you put them in the freezer for them to freeze, and then you can like crack them open and suck on them when they're frozen. You know, like sort of like a lollipop, not a lollipop, like a basically an ice cream, right? But they're called deedoos. And I've only been saying it in Thai, so I didn't realize how funny that was. But yeah, I was sucking on a deedoo. Hmm? Oh, let me search him up. Hmm. Here it is. These things. God damn it. Yes. I'm sucking on one of these. A deedoo. Don't Google deedoos. I mean, I just did. This is a deedoo. Sucking on a deedoo. Plastic. Oh yeah, I'm definitely getting my fair share of microplastics from eating these because the tip of them, I have the version where it's like a thicker plastic and the tip of them sort of has like a kink in it, and you can cut it off, but I prefer to bite it off. So like the tip is like sort of like a stretched thin plastic. I definitely consume like a nice healthy amount of microplastics while eating my dedoos. Sucking on one of these. Yeah, sucking on a dedoo. I really recommend it. I mean, they're really good. Very nostalgic. Mm. That's a In Australia, we call them Zooper Dupers. Yeah, that's even more fucked. Jesus. I'd, I'd go with Dedoo any day. Zooper Dupers. Fucking the tip. Yeah. It's like two separate spheres or like cylinders. So you can snap them in the middle, but then you so there's a thing at the top where the liquid gets poured into in manufacturing and then that gets closed off. So you can bite that part off to suck on one end, or you can snap it in half to double fist the deduce into your mouth. But I just don't like it because it's a lot less manageable because the hole is a lot bigger, and when you crack it open, it sort of just like sprays everywhere, and then you have to double fist fucking dedues. And I'd rather just hold one and then suck it out of the kink tip of just one longer one compared to two shorter ones. You know, this makes sense already. Okay. No, that's like would you rather have one long one that you can take your time sucking at? Or would you like two unruly, hard to manage ones that you have to hold? Like, how the fuck do I hold both in one hand and then then you can't suck both of them at the same, so you have to double hand them, which is tedious. I want to just hold it in one hand and have my other free to do other things, you know? Man, get back to drawing. It's getting a little weird here. It's not weird. It is not weird. I don't get what the fuck's the issue here. I'm sitting here sucking on my dee-doo. Okay, let's go back to drawing. Um, I'm gonna separate this out into a different layer. Whoops, that's not what I meant to do. I meant layer. There you go. And then I can. There you go. And then we're gonna draw the backside of them. I'm gonna do it very cheatily first. So I'm literally just gonna uh make him lower opacity and just draw him backwards. Hold on. Also need to flip the layer. Oh, I didn't change. Image. No, layer. Transform mirror horizontally. Hello? Oh, right, I have something selected. There you go. I lost 40 viewers. They were weak. You're eating it wrong and saying it wrong. No, there's no wrong way. Okay, there you go. So, now we gotta figure out what the fuck the back looks like. I can't add another layer. But first of all, I have to wrap my head around what the fuck I'm even... I'm drawing... the back. It's gonna be a little rough first, because I have no idea. It's always a little bit of a... like a brain teaser to get it right first. So the armor... it's gonna be hard. Thank you for the training, Nook. Iron Falcon. There's more where this came from. Give him checks. Give him cheeks? Give him checks? Give him cheeks. I'm gonna give him cheeks. He's... Oh! Yes! Oh, I'm sorry, guys. The dee-doo's not gonna be over. My girlfriend just kneeled down next to me, like she's gonna propose, and handed me another dee-doo. So I've almost finished mine, but it's not gonna be over. You're gonna hear me get eat another one. Get thatด้วย Oh! She already cut it for me as well. My god. ขอบคุณนะ She learned her lesson, guys. am I looking at? So the back is here. Is this gonna actually work? I don't think this works. I think the issue is because some of the things are in perspective. Like they need to be smaller. Hmm. I'm gonna try to draw it first. See, but I don't think this is gonna work. Let me give him cheeks. Con Tony dày đi mà. Okay, that's good. Good Nacht, Schatz. Love you. Oh, hold on, guys. Okay. Have you thought about doing a visual novel of Rust and Trenches? No, not really. Fuck am I? This looks so wrong. Think it's getting there? Not really. I think it's getting there. Gute Nacht. Speak German as well? Yeah. Call her mein Schatz. What my dad calls his wife. His wife? Sounds like they're estranged. My mom calls her mein Schatz. I took that as well. But I like it. It's sweet. My treasure. And she's slowly picking up on some of the German. So she says stuff like Gute Nacht. The pose looks really weird from the back. It looks like he's just grooving out. Thank you for the 20 milk, Iron Falcon. My precious. Indeed. I basically just call her my precious. Thank you for the 20 milk. That's the buns I'm talking about. You're welcome. The holy booty. That is not how armor like that works. Mm-hmm. I'm still trying to figure it out a little. Because the back's supposed to be flat, and then it connects... sorta, like somewhere. It's gonna work somehow. Hmm. Okay, that's enough. Too many dedos. Can you have his balls hanging on the mini? Not really. Kind of a shame. God, this is hard. At least it helped me figure out that on this version, I need to have the inside of this arm visible. I'm actually gonna fix that now. The inside of this armor piece needs to be visible, because otherwise it looks like his arm is coming out of his back. That's better. So now this makes a little bit more sense. Crotch is here, so that could mean that armor goes down to there. Oh, this is confusing. Wrap my head around it. Where's the second plate of armor connected? Which second plate? His pants situation is gonna need to be something covering his... I'm sorry, guys, but his ass is gonna need to be covered. Looks too silly. Sorry for the disappointment. Had to be done. Oh, thank you for the $10, okie dokie. Please leave the ass in the final figure. We'll see what we can do about it, because the thing is, the cloth is in the front. Then maybe we can have the ass, like, hidden underneath. Who knows? No, that is not historically accurate. I agree. I fully agree that a giant, hulked out, like, monstrous modified human soldier who was trained to be a weird dancer on the battlefield is definitely not accurate. But I still don't know what second plate you mean. I think one of the reasons why this arm looks weird is because if these fingers are visible from this angle, from the top, he's facing sideways like this. That means his arm needs to go this way to see this side of the fingers. So we should actually be only seeing the pinky and not these fingers. From this angle, it does make... So we might need to go off model a little bit to make it make more sense. More like in that way. Let me put some curved lines on it so it's easier to tell where the fuck he's... The cloth is wrapped around his waist because a cloth cover, the behind would be getting caught on a lot of the shrubbery. And yeah, it would if we're speaking realistically, but I couldn't care less. I like the cloth covering bits. And then his stick this way. I mean, I'm not really taking inspo from Thai armor. I'm sort of doing it more like this kind of armor. Uh, this shit. And then adding like the leg pieces onto it. Like that. And then I just added the like shoulder plates here. And then the second layer of it, the neck piece. And then like a lot of ribs for the head. Which couldn't actually turn because there's a point in it. It doesn't make sense. Because the shape of the head is basically this. So even with the multiple ribs, you couldn't even turn your head, probably. But who cares? How tall are the Lancers? Like twice as tall as a person. Okay, I mean, it's sort of getting there. More French style armor? Yeah, sort of. From what I know about Thai armor, there wasn't much of it. I mean, in all the movies, Thai soldiers just sort of running fucking naked with the puffy pants, and that's about it. Two swords, dual wielding swords. So our heads are at cake level. Indeed they are. Are indeed at cake level. Though I don't want to accept that, but correct. Head would be at cake level. Okay, and then there's the thing on the back. Do I want the cloth to be more interesting? Is that too little happening with the cloth? But what is the purpose of the war dancers? Oh, they're just a cool, drugged out giant unit. Um, they're sort of used more for like bunker busting. You know, if it's like a really fortified position, they really can't get through with normal units. They throw a fucking armored war dancer with like a bunch of mages behind them powering his cannon and just have him walk forward. Nice contrast to the complexity of the armor. Fair enough. I guess so. I'm thinking if I want to separate it out into, because in the Khorne performance armor, it's like I did it on this design where it's like 3 pieces. Is in the Khorne performance uniform like clothing, like nice 3 pieces, and they sort of just have this like flap in the back. Actually, I might just want that kind of flap in the back. That might be cooler than having it look the same as the front. Just a bit of a different shape. Like this. So it's like a nice little shade for his ass. Not enough like it's short enough where you can easily like flip it upwards and see his ass. So I think that'd be really fun for the soldiers that are joining him in the platoon. They can just take a look, and they're when they're craving some, they easily accessible. Thai soldiers don't need armor because armor is only useful if you're getting hit. On a split fabric in the back does seem like it would be more conducive to fluid movement. Yeah, something like this. So you can still see the cloth in front from behind, and then it also has the smaller one. I'm gonna add some little tassel. What's your little avatar on the bottom? That's the stranger. He likes collecting stories of the world, traveling through the world and talking to different people, collect stories. Still haven't fully like done much about him in the videos. It's sort of correct. Fucking grooving out. Look at him. He's on the dance floor at a disco, and he is the fucking disco ball. Look at that. Mm, mm, mm. Mm, mm, mm. Amazing. Amazing. What is amazing about this design is he can't turn his head around to see who slapped his ass. My god. The Khorne performance is... Wait. You could take some inspiration from Tibetan armor, because the Khorne performance is based off of Indian folktale. Oh yeah, I know. Like the Ramakien story is pretty much just the Indian version. I don't actually know if the Thai version of the performance or like the story has any details changed about it. I do think it is translated. That works. Okay, by the way, question. Do you think the pattern on the pants, because there's normally like quite a complex pattern in like Thai pants and stuff, and I love that pattern. Like I love the cross patterns. I did it on the War Dancer here and sort of faintly see it. Um, do you think we should bake that into the model? It would make it a lot more like it would definitely show up if you have like a resin printer. I doubt anybody would be printing miniatures with PLA printers or plastic printers. Most likely you'll do it with a resin printer. So that kind of detail would definitely show up to like have the pattern just etched into the fabric, which would mean you'd have a lot easier of a time painting it because then you just have the pattern on it and you can color different sections of it and sort of use a wash in the recesses to like have it stand out more. But then that also means you're forced to have that pattern on the cloth, right? So would it be better if we just left the cloth blank? Paint their own patterns would be nice. Okay, yeah. Because that's normally what I see on like miniatures is that they just have blank cloth and then people paint on the cloth. Make it a lot easier to paint. Yeah, I think I'll. Yeah, I do think I'll leave it blank. I'll have like a rim or something. Like we'll definitely have like rims to the fabric like this, but leave most of it like blank. You know. You get two versions, one with and one without. True, true. I'll have to see how much of a nightmare that would be to actually model in. Because it might also be too noisy. Because the model is very small, even at like 2 inches. So, like having like really tiny patterns on the pants into the model could just make it too noisy when you're trying to paint it. And like, if you're trying to shade the creases of the pants and stuff, it just gets into the nooks of the. Yeah, I think it'll be too many downsides. You can't change the pattern. It's also going to be too noisy when you like. I can just imagine you like brushing the shadows and the paint like getting stuck in all the cracks where it's not supposed to be. And then when you're dry brushing like highlights on, it gets onto all of the edges of the pattern, which makes it seem like it's just like really elevated boxes on the pants, which just would make it way too noisy. Yep, no patterns. No patterns. Also, I'm realizing from the front perspective, I like this look of these here in the silhouette, but from the back, it does not make sense. Like they should not be sticking out that much because these are basically visible. Um, I could counteract it, I guess, by having these ones stick out too. That could be a fix. How far do they wrap around the leg, do you think? Like in the inside here, it's hugging the leg quite like this is the side of the leg and it's basically covering all the side of the leg. Like maybe from the back it also covers. So this is like the back of the leg. It would go pretty much all the way to fucking here. It's kind of nuts. In the form of the drawing, it still looks fine, but I feel like in the model we'll definitely realize what looks goofy and what doesn't. Like how far we can pull the armor back for it not to look weird. That definitely still looks weird. And the pants underneath will be like the tie pants where it has like the cloth pulled up in the middle, so everything's like cinched towards the crotch. But oh hold on. Correct. It actually like cinches to the knees. Normally like when I was wearing it, um when I was wearing it, it would basically just bundle right under the knee. like this, and then it would just be like that pretty much. So it sort of stops there, which means we're basically doing fake type pants. It's like two pieces. It's the cloth decorative part on the outside, including like the frills at the front, which are additional. So the base fabric is just this, and they add the frills in front for decoration. And then like they also do like probably tie it around the waist, the front uh panel, and then the back panel. And then underneath the decorative clothing, they also have another pair of pants that hangs down until here. Or do they just sew it onto it? Actually, the pants that we see here on the bottom is separate from this piece. This. You'd see the lines coming. That second pair. Designs here, whatever. Here we go. That's sort of coming together. The decorative chains come around to here. And then we have the cable coming here into this, and I'm gonna draw that on a separate layer. Do you ever practice drawing or just draw whatever you like each time? I have stopped practicing drawing for a really long time, actually. I should really practice occasionally. It is very beneficial, even to like catch up or like refresh memories on certain topics. I don't draw efficiently, if if you're asking. Or by efficiently, I mean like if I was practicing regularly and doing it properly, I would be a lot better than I am now. Um, I could very much be better than I am now at drawing. But the thing is, I sort of just mostly enjoy drawing for fun. So it's like I willingly sacrifice being better for just enjoying drawing things for fun. Because practicing is like, it's all right. Like I don't really enjoy it that much, so I don't do it too often. This armor looks really weird. In the back, you'd see. Yeah, I want it to be a different shape. Back. This. That's a little much, is it? I'm sort of thinking about it looking like the traps of like a muscular person. Not the traps, sorry, the lats. So maybe it like goes all the way down till here. I have to wrestle with the rest of it as well, where the fuck that goes. So it's basically just an additional layer to it. This, that. That. So it sort of looks like lats. We can also make it look even more like lats if we like put like the small muscles on the back somehow here in the armor. Ah. Hmm. Fun. This might need to be. I'm basically switching it up between the two armor pieces. This one didn't show the inside, and this one didn't show the outside. Or this one did show the inside. But I think it's more correct if this one didn't show the inside. Because his arm is kind of cocked back to have it on his hip. Like this. So the armor would be facing backwards. This is like us looking through the armor. That. So that would mean we see the inside of the armor here. Outside. Peek. Inside. No idea if that makes sense. Sort of makes it look more right. Sort of tempted to like not just take the front out and try to draw it from the back till it looks correct, and then fix the front to fit the back. Shoulder is broad enough that I... Yeah, good point. Good point. Let me redo that. Yeah, it does look a little weird, you're right. It's still... His shoulder is definitely still broad enough. That. Yeah, yeah. The back is so hard. Oh, fucking shit. Big Bug Tig has subscribed to the Monster Garden. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Welcome to the Monster Garden. You know what I think? I think I need to draw him from the back, like his anatomy, just to figure out what the fuck is going on. Maybe it'll help. Maybe it won't. His head is absolutely tiny. Already established that. And his the silliest proportions. Don't make fun of him. He's. I'm not making realistic proportions.
Basically pointing to the side. He's not even looking at what he's pointing. His head should be like facing this way. I might need to turn his head more, even in like this version. Because in this it sorta looks right, but if it becomes a model, he's basically staring off into the fucking distance. He's staring off this way as he's pointing this way. And he's like, over there. It's like he's telling somebody where he's gonna go. It's like, I'm gonna go over here. Which is just not good. The pose is so goofy from the top as well. Asses here. Yeah. I gotta get the ass right. Massive fucking tremendous. I don't even know where his midsection all is. He doesn't seem like he has one. And then just the biggest fucking legs in existence. This is his anatomy. Oh god, no. This cannot be. You can see the sack from the back. Yo, holy shit. His anatomy is fucked. This is him. The boy. All chest and ass, just how I like him. There's no there's no way. He's so compressed. God damn. He's such a dense boy. I mean, there's like no fucking proportions on this man. I mean, you can tell that he's magically augmented because no fucking human would evolve in this way. Christ. I have the front version as well. I drew the anatomy from the front to try and figure out what the hell I was doing as well. And that also came out royally goofy. But I mean, not to this extent. Hold on, where is it? Did I erase it? Don't tell me I erased it. No way. Come on. Oh, there it is. Look at the boy. There he is from the front and the back now. God. I mean, he's also compressed from the front, but for some reason, from the front, it looked less bad. But from the back, my goodness, he is all He has no torso and the tiniest fucking head. I mean, yeah. They also do probably take all the steroids. Yeah. Barrel chest. Yeah. Their chests aren't really, or their midsections are completely not as long as actual mages, like non-physical mages. Like non-physical mages are basically this. They're like a fucking tic tac shaped, where they have like a ton extra ribs, and these guys are just compressed down into a barrel. I guess that sort of makes sense for them being like physical mages, like they're chunky and thick. Shit. It sort of makes sense, I guess, his anatomy. It's not terribly wrong. Gonna have to like shift a few things over from ass is there, so the middle of the armor's here, I believe. Reese's back is this. This needs that. The leg armor is going to be the hardest part to figure out. Just have to hope and see that the deco just makes sense of my mess of leg armor. It's such a weird shape. Hold on. I just want to figure it out in case I can. So if the leg is this, right? This is the leg. Close enough. Bad at feet. Yeah, this is a leg. This is torso. That means, so like, it starts here. The armor starts here. And then goes into a point. There. Then on the other side as well. That. And then there's a second point here. That. Like, that's sort of what it is, right? And I just really can't wrap my head around that in this drawing. So sort of this. I hope that makes sense. I'm gonna hope that these images sort of help the Deca figure out what the hell I'm trying to say. Does this make sense? That. Actually, the drawing of the anatomy really helps. I think this looks a lot more correct than it did a moment ago because I shifted everything here to make the torso look more, or the back look more curved. This side's fucked. Also, the armor would need to be connected in some spots. I can't just have it flopping around everywhere. It'll probably be connected here, like a leg somewhere. Have like a band here between the pant leg, the pant. That's how it's connected. Preferably, you'd want like a layer of something protective underneath the armor between you and your clothing. No, between you, your clothing, and the armor. So, armor, some sort of thick cloth, clothing, skin. Because armor hurts. There's no padding. But I guess this guy's tough enough. He's like, fuck it. Slap the armor right onto my tits. I don't give a shit. He's probably shirtless underneath the plate mail. Just like, fuck it. Just slap it onto. I don't care. I can handle it. Armor has leather backing. Yeah, okay, there you go. You can definitely justify it that way. That's also how the layers could like hold together better, where it's like the plates are like on top of fixed on top of leather sheets. Yeah, that could definitely work. Only the finest Kabrak leather, of course. That's starting to look a little more correct, right? I think I need to see less of... Sorry, we're getting even less cheek now. The more I draw, the less cheek we get. I think I need to see. And I think I want to have this like that. His balls get pinched by the front plates. Oh, they definitely do. Terrible. Absolutely terrible. They grow their own padding? That'd be cool. Yeah, I don't think I want to go too crazy with like the decoration back here, because the main focal point will be the thing on his back. But I'm just sort of stuck. I want this piece of cloth to look like the right shape. I don't think it... Maybe I do want it squared off to match the front. Hmm. Dancers are hairy as fuck, like Turkish wrestlers, to pad themselves out. Yeah, the front cloth is definitely just a square. I'm thinking if I want the back to match. Or do we want a gap in the fabric in the back? A gap to see the glory? Let's get a hint of it, a taste. Just a whiff, not even a taste. Between the long strides that the war dancer takes, you get a glimpse. Nah, 2 seems goofy. 1 just seems like... I don't know how to feel about 1. maybe some sort of like knot on the back. That also looks goofy. I think just nothing. I think just that is fine. But is the length right? I think the length of that is right. Like, I want it a little longer, maybe. Not as long as the front one. Just a hair. Yeah, he's sort of standing crotch forward, isn't he? Yeah, it would drape differently. Just if he is caked up, true. I mean, if we're going by true pillarmen or true war dancers, you would see like the cloth would be draping off the cheeks. You would see the magnificence through the fucking cloth like this. Of course, right? But like I I hope I can press Control Z enough there. His pelvis is definitely thrust forward quite a fair bit. I think a lot of that comes down to the look of this, the look of this curve. I can flatten out this curve a lot like that, and that at least helps alleviate some of that forward tiltedness looking a bit, I think. A bit. Yeah, it did help before, but what kind of brush do you use? I use this one. Can you see my brush tab? Yeah, you can. This one. I use that for everything. Just line work, color, shading, whatever. Just this one. It's a base brush in Krita, like 3 pencils next to each other. Getting there. Oh, I have to fix the kind of small. Fine though. And then the belt here. Straps have one strap, or can have it have one strap, or have it have. And then we just have the thing left. One of those sumo type belts? No, no. I don't think that'll. Yeah, I don't think it will fit. Oh, whoops. Unless his pelvis was thrusting way forward, which it might be. Because his ass is there, fabric would come out from the belt, go over the bum, and then drape down. Yeah. You just like sort of erase the top half of the wrinkles and then introduce the wrinkles. Help show that. No crack. Can't. Crack. Like more like that. That help it? Kinda does. Is this gonna be for an actual model I can own? Yeah. I mean, if you have a 3D printer, I don't know how it would actually sell models, but I will just give the file. So if you have a 3D printer, you can print them. Wait, so he has the cloth covering his ass and there's like an ass mural on the clothing? So you can still get a gist? No. No. Yeah. There you go. I think that's enough for now. Did enough this stream. Happy. I over. front and the back. Sort of. Not perfectly accurate, but close enough. I still need to add the kid and the rest of the pipes connecting to the kid. And the bombs visible from the front. But mostly, we are there. Wait, hold on. If he's flipped, I gotta... There you go. That. What scale are you intending to use? Well, yeah, like 25 millimeter, 28 millimeters. But because this guy's like giant, or like twice as tall as a normal person, he's probably gonna be more like 40 millimeters, or maybe like yeah, like 48 millimeters. Who knows? We'll have to like see which height feels right for him. I would sort of need to get or print a base, like just a D&D. Yeah, I think the ass looks a lot better with the wrinkles gone from the top. It helps you tell that there is an ass there. Good. Yeah, I think I did all right on the back view. It's good enough. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I think it's good enough. It's good. No, I don't mean basis. Sorry, I didn't finish my sentence. I mean, I sort of need a baseline, but I meant to say reference. I need a reference of how big a normal miniature is. I don't own any miniatures. So when I finally get my hands on a 3D printer, I'd have to print out a normal miniature first to compare the size of this guy to, or to compare this guy to know how big I want him to be. Talking about 3D printers, I'm ordering one. I already ordered it, and I researched the fuck out of everything, so I know exactly what I need to do and what else I need to get to be able to do 3D prints. I wrote it out. I still need gloves, masks, cleaning vats, alcohol, silicone mat. The silicone mat isn't necessary. I just want a silicone mat to like drip the pieces onto if it falls, if silicone drips down. I need something to I need some sort of X-Acto knife, blade, file to clean the prints, a spray bottle for the alcohol as well, so I can clean prints like after the vat. If there's still some left, I can like spritz them and just clean it off properly. I need a vent fan and a vent tube, like just a fan to connect to the back of the printer and then ventilate it out of my house so I can fume. I can fucking gas the house next to me instead of my own. Then I need a curing box and also a UV light. So that's I'm gonna make that myself. I'm just gonna get a cardboard box, line it with fucking aluminum foil, and then just put a big UV light in it, and then just turn it occasionally so everything cures. And then some sort of cleaning sponge tip that I can use to like wipe off resin. That's pretty much it. That's all I need. Besides the printer. I know what kind of resin I'd need to use. I know how to level a print bed. So I think I'm set. Alcohol? Don't tell me this is the root of the girlfriend's abuse. Shit. How do you get back to this? Yep. I do need alcohol to clean the prints. But normal minis are a bit smaller than your thumb. Unless you have very small thumbs. Do you mean like the whole thumb or the tip of the thumb? If it's like the thumb, then that's not bad. But I've seen videos of miniature paintings. I brushed up on it. The printer I'm getting is a fucking, hold on, Eve Has a Elegoo. I don't know how to say it. Elegoo? An Elegoo. I'm getting the fucking the Saturn 4 Ultra 16K um printer from Elegoo, which, hear me out. I'm annoyed because I've researched a ton about like 3D printers, and what sucks the most about 3D printers it is that all of them aren't perfect. All of them fuck something up, which sucks because I'd rather just have a simple one that's reliable and does what I need and nothing more. But they always fuck something up. Like every if you look into any printer review, it's like, oh, they're great, but it's always a but at the end, and then they fuck something up. Goddamn 3D printer companies. Um, I chose this one not because it was the one I wanted. It was because the one they had available. Because in Thailand, apparently, it is very fucking tedious to get your hands on a 3D printer because most of them don't ship here. And I wanted to get my hand on the Saturn 4 Ultra 12K, actually, because from the research I did, both of them print at the same quality. Because the thing is, when it comes to resin print quality, it doesn't matter how many fucking pixels you have on a screen. What matters is the pixel density. So how many pixels there are in a given area. And what fucking sucks is uh, that there's a limit to how many pixels you should have in an area. But companies just want to put bigger numbers into it because they think that that's good. Um, basically, the there's and also to a certain point the resin has a limited amount of resolution it can get to. Like there's a level where the resin doesn't get to pick up more detail. So like even at like 8K or like 12K is more than enough to get the most out of resin. So it's like, what the fuck is the point of 16? They just wanted a bigger number. So they just slapped 16, like, just cram more pixels into it. It's gonna make it better. It doesn't. I've done all, like, everybody has, like, compared the fucking prints. They look the exact fucking same. And the thing is, so the 16 version, I think, at least, has more problems with the prints than the fucking 12 version. Because the amount of pixel density means that less light comes through per pixel, which means it takes longer for the layers to cure, which causes its own like amounts of issues. So like you need to change the curing times for it to make like you need to fiddle with it more for it to give you the same quality of prints as the 12K version. Why? Like just give me a printer that does a thing. And also um uh yeah, the grain on photography. Yeah. Yep, the resin particles themselves have a size limit. I know, which is annoying me because the thing is, I wanted the 12, but they didn't have this is the bullshit. I could only find a 12 on a website that sold it for 34,000 baht, and the fucking Saturn 16K was cheaper than the 12K shipping. So I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna get the 16. I don't care. Um, because I can get the 16 from a place that is more close, and so I can get parts for it and fix it. Because the big distributor that only sells the 16 and doesn't say sell the 12 says all the customers prefer the 16 version. So they only sell the 16 version and are out of stock on the 12 version.
God damn it. But also, okay, other issue, or not an issue. It's more expensive. The 16 version is supposed to be more expensive. It's just that I happen to not be able to find the 12 for cheaper than the 16, but I'd rather have the 12. But um, it has like a heating bed, and it has a camera in it, which the 12 has as well. But it also has a light above the camera, so it can actually see things. But the heating bed, to me, I get that people think it's necessary because normally, like, printing or like people exist in colder climates, and colder climates are not nice to 3D printers. You'd preferably for some you can get by with like room temperature, but for like some more finicky resins that are thicker, you'd preferably want it to be like at 25 degrees, which a heating bed helps you get. But because I'm in Thailand, I didn't really care for a heating bed. You know, it's hot enough here. Like the resin will come to me liquid, like fucking water. It won't even be viscous at all because it's hot here. I could just open the window and have it boil the fucking resin. Um, so I didn't need the heating bed, which is just another unnecessary feature that I didn't want that I'm getting for a more expensive printer that I didn't need. But then the kicker out of all of it, which I is both a problem with the Saturn 12K and the Saturn 16K and also the Mars, is the fucking build plate. They made this like build plate. All the reviews like complain about it because in the advertisement it says self-leveling build plate, or auto-leveling build plate, which normally means you just press a button and then the plate levels itself, and then you're good, and you can just start printing. But that's not what it does. The print plate of those printers that I'm getting are two levels. They're two tiers. Basically, it's like uh this is like the bracket that connects to the screw that like has it go up and down. Then there's the platform, like this, that has like four screws. And then there's sticks that come down from those four anchor points. And then we get to the actual build plate. Wow. Amazing. So what this means, and these things are springs. So what this means is when you level the bed, the thing moves downwards and presses itself into the fucking screen. And then the springs give away. Obviously, the springs have a level of give, so that the thing lays flat, and the springs sort of like help it lay flat. But then that's all they do. So what you still need to do is you have to screw the screws in individually to level it your fucking self. So it's just a normal print bed. The springs don't do shit. Why? Why did you do this? What's the point? You know? Self-leveling my ass. This doesn't level it. This doesn't level shit. And the thing is, this is worse than a normal. So what you can do with a normal printing bed is normally there's no gap in between. There's just the bed and the screws to like change each corner. And then you just drop it down to the fucking plate. You put some pieces of paper underneath and then just screw it yourself, which is just the same as the spring one. So what's the point? And you know what? It's not that it's just pointless. It's worse because when the vat, like when the plate goes into the vat, resin seeps over this plate. So there is resin on this layer. This layer doesn't get dunked, only this. So this layer goes under the resin, which means resin is here. And when you're done with the print, there's a stupid layer of sticky resin here in between four fucking pillars that you have to like wiggle your finger into, or like some sort of tool to like scrape the resin out of. 'Cause, you know, like with a normal print bed, there's just like the whole bed gets dunked and you can clean it easily because, you know, there's nothing blocking you from the surface that is needing to be cleaned. You know, but this is so fiddly. And it's not like these bits are easily detachable. You have to screw off the four fucking Like you have to screw it off, and you can't do that while there's resin covering it, you know? So you just have to dunk the whole thing and the base into a bucket with alcohol. Like that's sort of the thing I've thought of would be the most useful, is just to have a big bucket of it and then just pick up the whole base instead of scraping the models off and then shaking it in a bucket to clean off the resin off the base as well. Uh, and then just clean it somehow, I guess. But this is what I mean. It's like the the prints come out beautifully. The it has a beautiful, like, the these printers have a beautiful feature where the bed where the resin is in tilts down to release the layers. Normally with resin printers, they don't do that. So the only moving bit of a printer is normally just the base going up and down. So every time a layer gets cured, like for example, you have the feet of a miniature here, uh, the base plate moves up, and then it needs to remove, like, the resin that just cured needs to separate from the film that's at the bottom, which has, that has a level of suction. So it sort of, takes a while. You have to like slowly pull up the plate so it doesn't damage the plate by suctioning it and pulling it, yanking it upwards, right? And that slows down prints a lot, having to like gently pull the plate out every time. So this one has a wonderful function where the bed that the resin is in also tilts forwards. So instead of the head of the piston or the head of the print bed needing to lift up to release the layers, the bed tilts downwards to one side to release the layers instead, which is really good because it tilts from one side to the other, which is a lot nicer of a release, like a lot gentler than yanking it up, like straight up, which means it takes a lot less time for layers to unstick, which means uh you can print like a ton faster because each layer doesn't need to wait as long to start the next one, right? He's ranting about his printer stupidly. Yeah, sorry. But no, it's just that I did a ton of research and it just bothers me, right? That there's it's always this printer's great. This printer's great. Fuck, I'm having a stroke. This printer's great, but like all of them have something fucked with them, And this one just seems to be, to me, sort of the least fucked. I wished I had the 12, but I instead have the 16, which is fine. It's more expensive, but fine. Give me the fucking heated bed and the stupid 16K resolution that doesn't give more fucking resolution. Like, yeah. I can't wait for the day where 3D printers just get properly figured out and companies stop trying to do stupid shit with like, oh, we have the highest resolution. Just, they're like chasing numbers, I already said this. They're chasing numbers. It's like, oh, what's higher than 12? 16. Give it 16K, which does nothing, or more expensive. Like, no point. Yeah, and there was another model that I really liked that I found that seems to be like the perfect amount of simplicity that I wanted. The bed didn't have anything complicated about it. It was just simple leveling and screwing. And the print surface was decently big. It was 9 inches, and the resolution was perfect. Like it was just as good as you wanted it. But the annoying thing is that was from 2 years ago. That printer came out 2 years ago. And because the 3D printing industry is moving ahead so quickly with like new innovations and they want to like one up each other and race to the fucking finish line, 2 years ago is ancient in terms of 3D printers, which means they're not making more of them, and also they're not making any parts for that printer anymore, which means that printer is basically dead. If I could find it online, I could get myself one of those printers, but the issue with it is if something breaks on it, I'm fucked because there's no pieces for it. Nobody makes them anymore. The company just says fuck you to all of the people who have that printer because they're making the new ones. And if you have that printer, you've loved it, you want some replacement parts, fuck you. Fuck you. You don't get any. Buy the new one. You know, I can't wait to have 5 3D printers in my fucking house with 4 of them not working because the parts are discontinued, you know? And the most common thing that breaks is the damn screen. The screen that the screen that makes the light. That's a that's what you need to replace. So I guess if I get this printer, I'm going to buy some extra screens just in case so I don't have to deal with the bullshit of it like being out of date in like fucking 2 weeks, you know? 3D print the pieces. Yeah, 3D print a new screen. Bought a Prusa. I didn't look into Prusas. Maybe this is the issue. I might have not researched, but into the wrong. Like there might be a different brand that I haven't looked at, and it's actually perfect for what I want, and it's too late now. I'll look into it, but I've already ordered it, so it's kind of too late. Had normal printers for decades, and they still like. I would be surprised if something complex is less fucked anytime soon. Yeah, I guess so. Sounds a lot like the drawing tablet race. Middle, so many being released so quickly. Yeah, I don't get the point. You know, slow down, make something good that just lasts for like 10 years and just sell that shit. Like it's capitalism, of course. Like I'm basically just complaining about capitalism. But it's still annoying to deal with it, even though you just have to accept that that's the way the world works now. But fuck, I would wish for a company to just pour their heart and soul into one 3D printer, make it the best shit that they can, and then just, you know, just make that one and just support it and update it and improve on it for like years to come. But no, that's not how it works. I have a shelf rack. Yep. Well, this is my first one, so we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. Yeah, I guess that's my rant done. I hope you enjoyed the stream. They have one resin printer, but it is quite expensive. Oh, I'll have to hold on. I'll have to look into it. If I realize that it's actually better than the one that I'm trying to buy, I'd be pissed because I already ordered it. Well, which one? Which one do they? Fuchsia 3D. Oh well, this is do they have resin printers? This is a filament printer. Because I'm gonna use it for like miniature making and stuff like that. Filament printers are completely out of the. I mean, it's possible to get like really detailed prints with filament as well, but like the level that I need is just sort of for resin. I mean, they look like they have. They're selling resin, so they surely have a printer. Oh yeah, they do. Jesus fucking Christ. Jesus Christ. Yeah, you're right about the price. That's a fucking price and a half. God damn. Yeah, I think I'll be fine with the one I bought for now. Made in the EU for sure. Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, I found it. I found it. Yeah, $2,000. Holy shit. I mean, if it's a good printer, it's a good printer, but I can't afford that. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed the stream. I'm gonna have to head off for now. It's past midnight, and I gotta sleep before morning. What was I gonna say before what? But yeah, I just gotta sleep. It was very